really frustrated with those segments you're talking about, being really, really good and then just disappearing for short periods of the game, and 2 or 3 goals kicked against you, and then you're sort of such a long way back. So I'm sure that will be one of the situations you'll be wanting to address.
Can I just ask, was there any clarity on the times in those last 2 quarters last week?
Yeah, there was a muck-up. It's been addressed by the GDFL during the week. Werribee got a letter saying this is how it should be. When the ball up's no time ons and all that sort of stuff. I still can't work out how...
First half was different.
First half was right, but...
Yeah.
Excuse me. But I think in the finish it's been clarified and it'll be back to normal.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not worried about. Last year they had a couple of games went to 37 minutes without stretches.
Yeah.
So.
We had a couple of legends in, which was fantastic, and I really enjoying that. We cut into our time a little, but we look like we've got a bit of time. Let's have a quick look at the other games. Anakie host Invaldi today, and that looks a massive gap. Massive
gap would probably be an understatement, I would think. Look, again, you've got a side that's basically starting from scratch again. They've got a few players that have been there from last year, but majority of the players have come from outside the club and are now trying to establish themselves as a genuine playing group. Now, that becomes a little bit hard. With each game, you'd hope there'd been some improvement. I'm not too sure whether their scoreboard's actually showing that at the present time, but against one of the top 2 sides in the league, I think their job's going to be really, really hard today. Look, I'd love to see them make a contest, hang in the game for as long as they can, but I reckon Invaldi would be far too strong.
Winchelsea have been disappointing. They've got a few injury issues, but it really has shown that they don't have the depth required for good sides, and they host East Geelong tonight, who have been ticking along pretty well.
Oh, well, don't worry about my preview of the Anakie game.
Oh, sorry, did I miss that?
Well, what I say doesn't matter, does it?
I thought you went first. Go again. Who do you think will win out of Anakie and Invaldi, Grubby?
Well, I think Invaldi will win. As a matter of fact, I know they will, but it'll be very cold out there. They might be snowing out there. They might have to plough through the snow out at Anakie. Crawley, Tyquin, Haygarth, Grundle, Plummer, and Mickey Grosden, the best players last week, which is good to see. With Anakie, with Gillett, Miraclis, Goodwin, Daffy Kennedy, and little Eddie Bryson. He's only the size of a pea. He's a little fella, Eddie Bryson, but he has a real good go at it. But no, there's no way they can beat Invaldi out there today.
All right, you can have first go at East Geelong and Winch.
East Geelong and Winch, let me find it. Right. Look, Winch have been disappointing, mainly for the sheer fact that they've got a lot of players out. They seem to be getting 1 or 2 back, but they can't get them all back at the one time. When they do, I think we'll see a different Winch. But I've got a funny feeling if it's not for a long time, then we're going to see them go right down the bottom. East, and I said it last week, I think East are a better side than a lot of people give them credit for. I think they're a very good side. Young Menzies come in last week. All the Thompson boys were cringing over that. Jock Menzies' kid kicked 7 for East Geelong. We know what the rivalry there is. But Thompson haven't got an under-19, so he went and played at East Geelong. Into the seniors, 7 goals. Berry, McIntyre's in every week. McGrath's a pretty good player. And O'Connell. With Winch, Evergreen, Brad McKenzie, again, got their best players, a ripping player. Henry, Jackson Smith, Ethan Floyd's going to be a good kid, Copeland and Big Will Forward. But, look, I think East are going, even out at Winch, East are going to be far too strong. They need to win these games, East, if they're going to make the 5. I think they will, and I think they will.
Dale, do Winch have to really show something today, or is their year gone?
Oh, look, to be honest, as I said, it's really tough from now. As I said, you've got to have your best players playing most of the time, and you can just see, it doesn't matter which side you're in, if you take your best 2 or 3 players from that side, it's going to be hard to beat anyone or stay competitive. So, look, their job's really against them out there this afternoon. So, look, East Geelong playing some really good footy. As I said, we haven't been able to see them. We didn't hear a lot about them during the pre-season, but obviously their performances so far have been very, very credible. And I'm really actually looking forward. I think they've got Bannockburn next week, so that's a game I'm really looking forward to. So, but I think East today a bit too strong.
Grubby, you reckon it's going to be cold at Anakie? What do you reckon it'll be like at Geelong West tonight when Corio go and visit for a night game?
I'll tell you what, it'll be bloody freezing out there. Hopefully there's enough glass you can sit behind out there to watch it from the new grandstand. I don't know if you're allowed to or not, but I tell you what, I've been to some night games out at West and it's cold, and tonight will be no exception. But look, West, they beat Belmont by 15 or 16 goals when they played them, and I think they'll be trying to do that again, because come the end of the year, percentage might mean a hell of a lot for some of these teams, and when you play the lower sides on the ladder, you must have big wins, otherwise percentage might keep you out of playing finals.
Interestingly, Corio's losing margin last week, 79 points. Corresponding game in 2019, they didn't score, and Thompson kicked 227 points. That gives you a fair indication of how much Corio have improved. The fact that they managed 15 or 16 shots at goal, they were pretty damn good considering where they've been.
And Joel Bennett comes back in too.
He'll be back in today, Joel Bennett,
yeah.
tonight, Joel Bennett. And I think Darren Bennett, even though it was a 79 points, for the exact reasons that you just said, Rob, I don't think he would have been too disappointed about that because they're having shots for goal and they're getting more football than they used to. They're still a long way off, and I don't think they can beat West tonight because, as I said, West really need to win big. Taylor, Wetton, White, Young, Milne, and Hoy. I don't know most of those blokes, but they obviously played pretty well last week.
Sorry, go on.
Corio had Cornwell, who's a good player. Shelley, I like to see him in the best players. Timmy Van Ziel, Larkins, Baker, and Sharp. And with Joel Bennett coming in tonight, look, again, they'll play their heart out. They won't win, but they've just got to keep this improvement, not so much on the scoreboard, but out on the ground.
They had 17 odd scoring shots something last week, didn't they?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so if they can reverse...
9-8, I think.
Yeah, well, if they can... Yeah, I can't remember what the score was. It was 6-11 or something, was it?
6-13 to 8. So they've had
Yeah,
19 shots to 30.
So they can turn that around to 13-6. They're going to be in most games, like you would
Yes,
think.
my word.
So they're getting enough opportunities. But
we're nearly ready to start. So the big games, Bannockburn, Belpost Hill. I'm expecting Belpost Hill to really crack in hard, but probably a bit short still.
Out at Bannockburn quite well, I think.
Yeah,
They've got a few out Belpost still.
I think Bannockburn still.
And probably the best looking game of the Werribee going down to Thompson. And Thompson really need to make a serious statement here because they failed twice against Bannockburn and Invaldi, both at their home ground. So this is an important one for them.
Well, I think they're a little bit slow, Thompson, and I think the conditions of the ground might bring them back. It might be a real tight one there. Obviously, I've got to go for Werribee. McLeod under a cloud with a hammy. Davis not playing. I think I'll go for Werribee.
He's under a cloud, not a McLeod.
Yeah,
no, I agree.
He's about as slow as Scratch a Ride.
Righto.
The first quarter, brought to you by Common Fane Hotel.
Run out of the middle, picked up by Tom Swinnerson. Swinnerson goes quickly into the forward line, going long. Habib's there, held off his teammate. Kicked off the ground, and that was very nice. And the first goal of the afternoon is kicked by the North Geelong side. And it might be Toddy Hearn, I think.
It is. And he's the other bloke I said was coming in.
Left boot off the ground, and North Geelong are up and running. They are one goal. That has taken less than 30 seconds to score. Common Hotel, first quarter scoreboard.
Well, I think we've got a southwesterly coming through here, and it's getting a bit colder. It could get a little bit heavier later on, but I think North Geelong are kicking to that end. But, by geez, they didn't make much worry about that, did they? And as you said, Key comes into the side, but so does this bloke. Todd Hearn been playing at St Joseph's, and he's a very, very good player. And before we bounce it, I better say, umpires today, Lee Johnson, Dennis Blake, and David Irvine. Keep up the good work, boys, because we've had some pretty good umpires over the last few weeks.
So back in the middle we go once again. Ball again from the middle, and it's Swinnerson once again comes out of the middle. Kick didn't travel too far, and only goes far as Fletcher. Fletcher handballs, goes wide, has a teammate. They bring the ball back inside, ends up in the hands of O'Connell. O'Connell now transfers the pan by hand, goes outside. Mark not taken out there by Beat. He's put down. Again, picked up by Bruns. Through the middle they go to the big fella there in the middle of the ground, and that was Davis. Got the handball away, so they move the forward. Ball down. Wilson was manhandled there. Free kick. They call the play on now, and it's through the middle. Eels runs towards goal. Kicks at goal, and
Missed
he
it.
is just offline. Through for a minor score. Darcy Eels 1-1 now to North Geelong, leading the Belmont Lions who are yet to score. 2 minutes gone, first quarter.
I think North Geelong believe that their ruckman in Davis can beat the Belmont ruckman, and that's the luxury of having Luke Wilson down at full forward. Because I tell you what, if Luke Wilson comes in there, he's going to hit these blokes on the chest. That's where I said before the game, that's where they can lose the game, Belmont. They have to break even there.
You'd suggest Aidan George has done a bit of work on their slow starts, by the way we've opened up here. So it's Belmont kicking the ball back in, long out, and the wing looking for and finding out there Luke Edwards.
Great kick.
Edwards kicks down the line looking for a teammate, finds one on the far side. That is such a long way away, I cannot see who that is.
I can't tell you either.
So Belmont gets an absolute old-fashioned grubber. North Geelong into step. Gerard, very clever hand pass across to Eels. Eels dodges around a couple, gets it back towards Wilson. He's dragged to the ground, and the umpire says he has... Yeah, no, it was Davis actually. He's played against him. He's played advantage. Belmont have pushed forward but lost control of the ball again. It's the big fellow in Wilson for North Geelong who gets it over the line, and we'll have a boundary throw in right on centre wing, outer side of the North Geelong Oval at Osborne Park, or the Keith Barclay Oval. So it's Jed Evans for East Belmont, Belmont Lions. Can't get that out of my head, the old days. In ruck against Davis, the two jostle. Evans gets it down to his rover. It's dragged off the ball is Tom Swenenson. Didn't have it. The umpire says you will win a free kick. And the prolific ball winner is lining up for his second possession of the day. Neat little dodge around the man on the mark. Kicks down the line, looking for a teammate. Can't quite get there. Ball bounced off the chest. It's on the near the boundary line. Belmont relieved the ball there through Hahn, but he can't get it away. And we've got another boundary throw in. Centre wing on the outer side. The score is 1-1-7. Belmont Lions no score with 3.5 minutes into the Common Nafeen first quarter.
Ball thrown back in by the umpire at centre wing. Ball comes to ground. Evans, it is, tries to take it out of the contest. Can't do so. Umpire says it's a free kick. He's going to be given the free. I'm not too sure what it was for, but it goes to Evans. Now he delivers the ball towards centre wing. Player coming across his heels, intercepts, and again the ball goes back over the boundary line. And I think that was in front of Fletcher, so the ball will be thrown back in. Centre wing. Even the change of jumpers from the first game, without a change of jumpers too,
yes,
I think throws you a little bit as well.
Geez, Evans has shown a likely type in the ruck. He's only a young bloke, but he's a couple of tap works. It looks like he knows what he's doing.
He's a big lad, bit of size, so he's just got to get front position here, and that's what he does now. Ball from Davis out the back, goes to Gerard, back to Davis. Now there's a free kick being given. Throw, says the umpire.
And it was.
Good call, says Grubby. Free kick goes to the O'Connell. O'Connell now just looking for some options. Decides to go straight down the line towards the pocket. Bissett's there. Had hands on it. Ball comes to ground now. It comes out into the hands of Swenison once again. Handballs over the top to Bruns. Bruns now stops, looks, gets a kick away. Straight through the middle of the ground they go. Coming up is Hearn, and Hearn takes the mark. So Hearn now gave the handball away to Gerard. Gerard on the move, goes out wide. Looking for the big fella out there in Tompkins. He doesn't lead in the race for the ball. It's picked up out there by Jubba. Jubba transfers the play and goes short, and the kick is okay. Finds a teammate just outside defensive 50. Now towards centre wing, and again the kick is good. And again it's O'Connell that takes the mark out there. So O'Connell, again, that long kick down the line. Goes towards Evans. This is the other one. This is 58. This is Ben. The mark was not taken. Again, the ball comes out wide, goes over the top, ends up in the hands of Gerard. Looking for some options. Went one way, go back the other. Got the handball away. And again, back to Bruns, and he goes along the boundary line. Back to the half-forward line. Ball comes free. Picked up out there. Beat. He got the ball away. Back to McConnell again, and he's gone long. O'Connell goes down the line, looking for Evans once again. He's going to make a contest out of it. Takes the ball. He was going to give the handball, then decided to go by a short kick towards Jarks. Jarks couldn't pick the ball up cleanly. Again, Evans over the top. And high, says the umpire. Free kick has been given away. And it will be Ben Evans. As we said, he rucked the first game we saw and did a pretty good job against Mark Stewart, but today sitting at centre half forward. So now looking for some options. A short lead comes up. Kick was at the feet of Bissett. Couldn't pick it up cleanly. Again, put himself under pressure. Swenison gets the handball out the back. Goes to Bruns. Bruns gets through some traffic and now has a little look. Goes out wide. And the mark will be taken out there by Tompkins. Puts a long way up from centre half forward. Hearn looks like he's trying to be the next option, but he's going to go down the line. Wilson presents, doesn't take the mark at ground level, picked up by Evans. A big fella got down and picked it up nice and cleanly, got the handball away, and again they bring the ball back inside. This time the mark will be taken out there by Hahn. So Alex Hahn, he decides to go quickly, goes back into the forward line, out the back, mark is not taken, back to the top of the Tom Swenison picks the ball up, got the handball away, put his teammate under a little bit of pressure, kick off the ground, picked up out there, this time by Beat. He goes back into the forward line, numbers with North Geelong, they sit under the ball, it's not marked, picked up, around the body they go, and it's going to be offline, and the player kicking that was Dylan Wright, and I don't think it's the one.
No, definitely not.
So that's a minor score. And Belmont Lions put themselves on the board. They are one behind. They trail North Geelong, who are 1-1. We have gone 7 minutes, first quarter.
Gerard takes the mark from the kick in. Neat little kick from him. Outside looking for Phyllis and finds him. Phyllis hand passes back into the running Gerard. Another neat little kick from Gerard into the middle ground, but it doesn't work this time. Gone over the back of the pack. Working his way forward for is Elmer. Elmer gets it forward to centre half forward for the North Geelong side. There's a pack of players formed. There'll be a ball up right on the edge of the very sticky cricket centre wicket, and that could get a bit ugly and dirty by the end of the day if we have any more rain. Jed Evans and Davis go up. Davis gets the tap down, but it's intercepted. Coming through for Belmont Lions is O'Connell. He kicks down, he's looking for his coach, Nathan Bissett, and he marks just on the 50-metre line. Turns quickly, pops it into the forward line looking for Jarks. Jarks works his way to the front of the pack.
One of them's
There's
got
been
it.
a mark taken by someone.
He's not going to give it to either of them.
4 arms wrapped around that ball, and the umpires called it a 0-all draw, and he'll ball it up 20 metres out from the Belmont Lions goal. Interesting decision. I suppose he didn't have much choice. So the ball's thrown up. It's Ben Evans gets a double-handed to the front of the pack, but Gerard very neatly for the North Geelong side gets the ball out to his teammate in key. He kicks down the line. Tompkins runs onto the ball for North Geelong. He can't clear hand pass. Come out to O'Connell from the Belmont Lions. He gets a nice little hand pass to a running teammate. Kicks down into the pocket looking for Ben Evans, and he works his way to the front of the pack, takes a neat little mark, looks for an open teammate, but miscues, and hits Tom Swinenson from North Geelong on the chest. So the left footer plays on quickly, drops a beautiful drop punt into the middle of the ground, looking for his teammate there in, it's O'Toole. O'Toole can't win the ball. Jed Evans in there, the ruckman, working very hard for the Belmont Lions to try and get it out, but there'll be another ball up. We're still right in the centre square. Just slightly Belmont Lions side. Evans again wins the ball, gets it down towards his teammate, can't get it away from the pack, but the umpire has deemed that he held it for too long. That was Josh Lees from the Belmont Lions side, and taking the kick for North Geelong is McDonald. He gets it down, and Thomas Swinenson takes a mark. Beautiful left foot kick that he is, drops it into the path of a teammate in Hearn. Hearn can't take the mark, bobbles over the back of the pack. Coming through is Jenkins for the Belmont Lions side, tries to win possession. He's grabbed and dragged to the ground. The ball's wobbled out, but the umpires come in and called for a ball up.
Free kick, I think.
No, it's a free kick. It'll be a free kick to Hearn from North Geelong. I think he must have claimed he had the ball too long. I think that bloke might have been lying on it underneath the pack. So it's Todd Hearn for North Geelong. A neat little kick and finds Tom Davis. And I reckon he'd be about 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle. North Geelong kicking to the northern end of the ground. Belmont Lions kicking back towards the city end of the ground. So it's Davis, the big ruckman. He started in the centre today, allowing Wilson to start forward. It's Davis coming in very, very carefully. Kicks now. Ball comes off his foot very neatly, but fades away to the right through for 1 point. It takes North Geelong to 1-1-8. Belmont Lions 1 point with 10.5 minutes into the Common Defean first quarter here at the Keith Barclay Oval.
When I went to school, it was 1-2-8. But anyway.
It is too.
Well, a goal's worth 6. 6 plus 2 is 8.
Yep,
is that right, Smithy?
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
No, I think you were looking at the score, mate. They hadn't put the extra.
Hadn't put the point up.
Yeah, hadn't put the point up. So the ball kicked in from the fullback position. A short kick, it was okay. Mark taken out there, and that was taken by Jubba. Got the handball away, so they go back inside. So they run the ball through Hahn. Gets through the traffic. He works pretty hard, this bloke. Like the way he goes about his foot, he kicks the ball towards the centre wing. Mark is taken out there by Lees. So Lees now, with the ball, decides to transfer play outside. That kick wasn't too good. It's going to hit to get there, and it's going to be picked up there by O'Connell, who brings the ball back towards the centre-half forward position. Coming up, Evans takes another nice mark. So a good option having him go forwards. He goes quickly towards Jarks.
Oh,
he just fends off there. Plays on now, decides to go. Brent Jarks runs in towards goal, and he has kicked the first goal for the Belmont Lions. They move to 1-1. They trail North Geelong on 1-2. Almost 12 minutes gone. First quarter, Common Defean Hotel. First quarter scoreboard.
Well, I suppose you'd have to call it a beautiful goal, but he pushed him in the middle of the back. If that's not a free kick, I'm not here. Crying out loud. But we all make mistakes. I don't make many. This bloke's made one. And a real bad one that's cost North Geelong dearly. But it's a goal to Belmont, and that's what they needed against the Breeze. And I tell you what, they're having a real go. They're trying to hang right in there. But that's what happens. You know, Big Davis misses what he probably should have got up one end, and they come down and get another one at the other end. But
like the Saints last night, Grub.
Oh, weren't they terrible?
Goodness. Davis has taken his rest. It's Wilson now in the centre of the ground doing the ruck work, and Ben Evans from Belmont Lions goes into the middle as well. The ball comes out to the back. Lees can't get it clear, and the umpire's blown a whistle. I think he's O'Connell is take a free kick for Belmont Lions. He was infringed with just as the North Geelong players were trying to get it out. It goes across and Lees takes the mark for the Belmont Lions on the centre wing. Looking very precisely. Down the line now, Ben Evans underneath it again. He jumps up, punched away from him. Ball's out in the open now. Eels for North Geelong gets onto it. He's wrapped up very quickly. No prior opportunity. Can't get out. The umpire will ball it up.
No, he's given a free kick for high tackle, I think.
Oh, he has too. Eels for North Geelong has won. He gets the ball across to Phyllis. Phyllis for the Magpies down the line and finds Bruns, who's really improved as a player this year. He gets across the half-forward flank. Coming out for North Geelong there is the player O'Toole. Can't get handle on the ball. It's dribbled over the boundary line. Throw in about 30 metres around from the point post. North Geelong in attack. 8 plays 7 on the Common Nafeen scoreboard in the first quarter here.
So Davis doing the ruck work, and Luke Edwards has gone down. He's doing the ruck work against him. So both players now, ball thrown back in. Again, Davis front position. Ball comes to the front of the contest. Gerard over it, couldn't pick it up. And again, umpire said there's a free kick of the hold.
Oh, my God.
He pointed the wrong way for a start. He went to Gerard. Now he's called play on. He's kicked the ball to full forward, and Davis has got it. So
well, this is the square up.
that was the confusion there. There was a fair bit in it, and I'm not too sure how it all eventuated, but it doesn't matter because Tommy Davis now is about 20 metres out directly in front of goal, and we'll go back and try and kick his first goal of the afternoon. So Davis now comes in. As I said, only 20 metres out. He is directly in front. And again, he's offline again. So he's got the yips. And it's 1-3 now to North Geelong. 1-1 the Belmont Lions. 14 and a half gone. First quarter, Common Nafeen Hotel. First quarter scoreboard.
Must be something in Belmont because Bannockburn missed about $1 million last week and North Geelong have missed some easy ones this week. I had the binoculars on. I couldn't see that free kick, that hole. I just couldn't see it. It must have been there, but gee, I had my eyes on Gerard and I didn't think he got grabbed.
Belmont Lions relieve him, but Todd Hearn comes in and takes an intercepting mark for North Geelong, and he would be well and truly within kicking distance. A bit hard to see where that 50-metre line is from our angle, but I reckon he'd probably be kicking from about 40-odd. He's definitely backing himself. Not too keen on that hairdo, Grubby, for the modern player. That does my head in a bit.
Oh, I love them.
But it's Hearn with a little man bun on the top of his head. Comes in, left footer, kicks from the forward pocket. It's wobbled, and nice it's wobbled beautifully right through the middle. So that's the second goal for Todd Hearn, making his way back into the side today. North Geelong go to 2 goals, 2-14. Belmont 1-1-7, 15 and a half minutes into the Common Nafeen first quarter.
Smitty, you've played on this ground. With a win like we got today, from the position he was in for a left footer, how hard was that goal?
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
That is a very, very difficult goal. He's just made look very, very easy. I reckon this bloke's a class player. This is the first time we've seen him. He's the boy from St Joey's.
Yep.
I think he's been playing in their twos and couldn't crack it in their seniors. But boy, I tell you what, he looks like he's brought a ton of class here
Tony
today.
was out at Anakie, wasn't he, for a while?
I think so,
yes,
yeah. So he's brought a lot of class here.
So ball back in the middle of the ground. We go and again. It's Wilson gets the ball down. Elmer emerges with it. Got boot to ball. Takes the ball towards centre wing. Darcy Eels leads in the race for the ball. Picks it up. Got some options out the back. Goes McDonald. McDonald, little chip around the corner. Went to go far enough.
No.
Umpire said no, it didn't. So Swennerson just makes time for himself. Goes short along the boundary line. The mark is taken out there by Tompkins. He rolls and goes back inside, looking for Hearn once again. He comes up, couldn't take the mark this time. Ball gets out the back, and again the numbers with the Belmont Lions over the top. Hearn goes back and recovers it, tries to wriggle himself out of the contest, down, get the handball away. Umpire says it is not coming out, and there's going to be a ball up to take place.
Now, I'm not picking on umpires, right? I'm not picking on umpires. But when you get one like that, the umpire's got to yell out, play on, not 15. I never heard it, and the players never heard it.
So the ball's thrown up again. Wilson out the back, goes to Elmer. He's tackled, brought to ground. And again, no prior opportunity there. And that one we'll say is a good decision. The umpire to restart it once again. Edwards doing the ruck work. Wilson tries to take the ball out of the contest. Picked up, handball goes out the back. And it went away toward Ludbrook. Ludbrook got the handball out. Again, Elman's now put himself in the box seat. Got the handball away. Back to Swennerson. Puts it on the left boot. And put that bounce on the full.
Straight into the Alf Clark cricket nets.
Yep. So we're going with the free kick. And I think Aidan Smith is going to be the recipient down there. So Smith now. He decides to transfer play back inside. It could be dangerous. His teammate Fletcher didn't know he was coming.
Drop the ball. Drop the ball.
And the free kick is going to go to a bib.
good sportsman, Alfie Clark, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Footballer, cricketer.
Yeah,
What a champion he was in both sports. And a champion bloke.
So Mitchell Bibb has a chance to kick his first goal of the afternoon and give them their third for this day. Again, those kicks back inside can be dangerous. So a Bibb now comes in. Again, distance won't be any problem whatsoever. Just chips at the ball. It is straight through the middle, and he has got his first goal of the afternoon, and now the third for North Geelong. They are 3-3. They lead Belmont Lions 1-1. 18 minutes gone. First quarter coming in Hotel. First quarter scoreboard.
And that's what you want to see from Mitchell Bibb. Like, he's a beautiful lead. He's a beautiful kick. He can take a specky too. But to run in and tackle a bloke like that where he just can't get rid of the ball properly, that's what you want from Mitchell Bibb. You want 3-4 pronged attack rather than just 1 or 2. And I'll tell you what, if you could give that every week, he'd be one of the best players and best forwards in the league, young Mitchell Bibb. I think he won the goal kicking last time we played. So, you know, very good football, and good football to get it into him as well.
So we're back in the centre. Davis is back in the ruck. Ben Evans is still rucking. Jed Evans still on the bench. Davis takes it out of the ruck. Hand passes quickly to Swenenson. He doesn't attempt to take the ball and is tackled a la Kevin Bartlett. And he's going to receive the free kick just on the edge of the centre square. That neat little left foot pass out and finds Todd Hearn on the lead. 45 out. He quickly kicks down forward. Reece Tompkins has made some space. And he's a lot closer to goal on a much tighter angle, though. He'll kick from probably only 30-degree angle. But that pocket has produced the last 2 goals for the side. One from the left footer, one from the right footer. Reece Tompkins has a chance to follow the path.
Well, somehow sensed in your call that you didn't think that was a free kick in the middle of the ground there, and I totally agree with you. Because once he's playing the ball out in front of him, to me, I think that should be deemed in possession.
Yep.
That's what I think. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
So Tompkins comes in, kicks across the umpire, fading across to the right. Another behind. That is 3 goals for 22. Belmont Lions 1-1-7. We're 20 minutes into the first quarter. This is the Common Nafeen Hotel. First quarter. Belmont now under a little bit of pressure, but there is some breeze. They're not far away from having a crack at it themselves.
He obviously didn't go to Chanel College for brother Peart in maths.
Cam Fletcher now decides to play on against his old club. He goes out wide. McDonald's in front. Doesn't take the mark. Picked up there. Handball goes out there by Beath. Again, he's got his teammate in Evans. He transfers play across the ground. It will work okay. Or it hasn't. It's bounced back the other way. Picked up by Toddy Hearn, and he goes back.
Look at that.
And he says, thank you very much. I'll just kick my third goal of the quarter. And North Geelong's fourth. They are 4-4. They lead the Belmont Lions 1-1. 21 minutes gone. First quarter. Commonwealth Hotel. First quarter scoreboard.
Again, when blokes are missing from that far out, and, his first one was a kick off the ground, but that was he never looked like missing that, and that's that class that he does bring. He just went bang straight through the middle. But good pressure across the half-back line, because I think you might have said in the call, he decides to bring it over here. Well, I think he was forced over there with the pressure of the tackle, bounced the wrong way, and away they went. But that was pressure put on the half-back flank to make the ball go out there rather than come down the ground.
He miskicked it, but I don't think he'd be very happy with his teammates' endeavour to win that ball there, and that's why it became a pretty easy pick-up for Hearn.
Well, it did, but I'm going to defend him. I think he got a bad bounce. He just went the other way. I reckon he got a bad bounce. I think we've all had one of them from time to time.
We're back in the middle. It's Davis and Ben Evans. Ben Evans jumps up first, clears the path, but it doesn't help. It's Eels kicks the ball forward for North Geelong. Comes out the back. Thompson gets it. He's tackled. Tries to get it out. The umpire has said it's going to be a ball up. No,
he's going to pay a hold on the ball.
Yes, I think he's going to pay it.
A high
Tompkins
fender
was actually fending, and I think that's going to be a 50-metre penalty. Yeah, I think Tompkins might have had something to say to the umpire, and he said, "Well, come down here and tell me in the centre, son." So 50-metre penalty. Ball's come all the way down to the centre of the ground. It's Belmont Lions in possession. Kicked out in the wing. Jed Evans has just come off the bench. Can't quite get the ball, but Ben Evans comes through for the very strong Ben Evans. Tries to get hold of it. Jed Evans tackles Key very, very strongly indeed. Oh, there's a lot of hard bodies at the ball at the moment, working really hard. Ben Evans gets it for Belmont Lions. He's tackled by a couple. The umpire deemed he's got one high, and the big, solid centre-half forward ruckman is going to take the free kick right on centre wing for the Belmont Lions, driving them into attack. 28-7 over the back of the pack. Down forward by Belmont Lions towards Jarks. Jarks can't hold the ball. Coming through strongly is Jed Evans clears a path for his teammates. Ball's bobbled over the boundary line on centre wing, and we're going to have a throw-in. Yes, we are. Centre wing, boundary throw-in. Jed Evans back in the ruck with Davis. 28 North Geelong, 7 Belmont Lions. Ball's thrown in again. Jed Evans as front position, but Davis over the back of the pack. Knocks it clear. Coming through very quickly is Hahn for Belmont Lions. He gets a neat little handball out to McConnell. He runs past his teammate. Has a kick for goal in the forward pocket.
No way.
That is magnificent. That is a goal of the day for certain. A brilliant kick from a tight forward pocket for a right footer. Used the breeze nicely, whaled it in, and that is a second goal for the Belmont Lions. 2-1-13, North Geelong 4-4-28, 23 and a half minutes into the first quarter.
Wow, you reckon Toddy Hearns was a good goal from the left foot down the other end? Well, that was just as good, if not better. But I'll tell you what started it off. I'll tell you what, when Mitch Hahn gets the ball, you've got to be very careful how you tackle him, because his fend-offs can break a bone in your chest. He just thumped him in the chest. You've got to be a bit careful you don't get it high. But a beautiful fend-off, push the ball out. And I'll tell you what, that's as good as goal as you'll see on the Keith Barclay Oval, I can tell you that much.
And that'll be Alex, not Mitch. That'll be Alex.
Is it?
Yeah.
What did I say?
Mitch.
Who's he playing with?
Yeah, his brother.
Oh, good on you, dickhead.
Ball back in the middle. I just get to pick up. I just thought I'm just going to find him
I
there
hate
somewhere.
getting picked up.
Ball kicked up the ground there by Eels. The ball goes towards Fletcher over the top, goes low, and they keep possession of the ball. Umpires now call the free kick. Said it was in the back. Is he going to call advantage? No, he's not. He's going to bring it back. So it's going back, Belmont, to have possession of the ball in the half-back line.
What's his brother's name? Isn't he
Alex
playing?
and Mitch. Yeah, Mitch. I don't think Mitch has been playing for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the ball short, a kick over the top, goes into the hands there of Gerard. Gerard now on the left boot, goes back into their forward line. Again, kick wasn't great, and again, to make their forwards work, Swenson picks the ball up, gives it to his brother. Handball ends up in the hands of Eels, who runs through centre half forward, looks towards goal, kicks long, and again, he is offline, and it will go through for another minor score.
Mitch Hahn played Footscray, didn't he?
Yeah. But I think Alex and, I think it was Mitch Hahn, wasn't it?
Well, that's why I thought it was. I thought it was the other brother.
No, which definitely Alex and I just can't remember now. I have to ask Cogs at half time. Ball goes out from the fullback kick in. Again, they get it out in the half back line, so that's good from there. Beath, he couldn't take possession of it. And the boundary level they picked up, and it goes to Brent Swenson, who brings the ball back into the full forward position. Hearn comes out, didn't take the mark. Umpire's called him to play on. And now he needs to get the ball out. Now he's going to be pinged. The umpire said he's dragged it back under. And there's going to be a free kick to the Belmont Lions.
I'm not sure of that one either.
Ubra has got the ball in the back line. He's going to deliver the ball around the boundary line, go back towards centre wing. Mark out the back is taken there by Davis. Read that nicely, so he's going to transfer back in the middle of the ground. Toby Ryan has the ball, and he will settle things down for North Geelong. They've got running options from behind. President, or the Premier, comes up from that position.
President?
Yeah, the
You're
President.
bagging
Yeah,
me.
that's it. We've had one each now. Ball goes out wide to Gerard. Gerard gets the ball. He goes over the top, short, into the forward line. Mitch Hahn comes up. Oh, Mitch Hahn. Jeez, now you've got me going.
You idiot.
Mitch Habib, he decides to transfer the ball back into this full forward position. Out the back, the ball comes, and again, the numbers with Belmont. Oh, good strong tackle, and the umpire's call
He's
play on.
missed the one he should have paid.
I think he was going to pay it, then he
Well,
decided
why
not
didn't
to.
he?
Now he's going to make a cup. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to give a free kick, I thought, but he's going to ball it up.
Look, the rule is, if you've taken a couple of steps, that's called prior opportunity, then you have to get rid of it by a handball or a kick. And he did not do that.
So it's thrown up again by the umpire. Wilson doing the ruck work. Tacked down. And Evans has got the ruck ball down. Picked up by Widdowson. Widdowson over the top. Goes back to Eels. Eels, don't know what he was trying to do there. I think he was trying to give the old Polyfarmer flick. Ends up in the hands of Wilson. Steps. Kicks towards goal. He is offline through for a minor score. 4-6 now to the North Geelong side. 2-1 Belmont Lions. We have gone 27 first quarter.
I reckon that was technically a throw. I know what he was trying to do, double palm it down, but I reckon he got hold of it before he did that.
Well, I've got no doubt. But the trouble is, I'm picking so many out, you'll think I'm having a go at the umpire.
I know what you
which
mean,
I'm not. I just got to call it as I see it.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, it's only early, but they're not quite umpiring as well as we have done in the last few weeks.
No,
I believe.
There's a few just not quite right.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll fix that up when they have a chat at quarter time. So we've got
a blood rule, I think.
There's a fellow coming off. He's holding his arm very gingerly as well, so I'm not quite sure.
Crack on the scone.
Oh, here's the blood rule here. So they can start the game while this bloke comes off.
Oh, yeah, he's young Eels has got a reasonable size hole in his head and a fair bit of claret dripping out. And coming off for Belmont, and very, very slowly. That might have been a clash of heads, perhaps, there, was it? But the play will go on. So it's Fletcher for the Belmont Lions, kicks out a bit of the sun in the eyes of Evans as he run onto the ball there. Hand pass across to a teammate, kicks down the line looking for the captain, coach of the Belmont Lions side. He takes a mark on centre wing. Does a little sell the candy, but he's got himself into trouble. He's sold it that many times that they're onto him. He's had to give up the ball very quickly. He's tried to win it back again. Coming through for North Geelong there is Gerard. Gerard has it now. Hand pass out in the middle of the ground. Davis runs onto the ball. He's bumped out of the way. Ryan comes back in, picks up the crumb. He tries to burst through a couple of tackles. Can't guide through it. The ball bobbles back out, and the Belmont Lions pick it up through Goff. Kick it down the line to the pocket looking for Jarks, but it's beat him over the boundary line. About 40 metres around from the point post. Belmont Lions attacking. They're 2-1-13. North Geelong are 4-7-31. We're 29 minutes into the Common Nafeen Hotel. First quarter here at North Geelong.
That means the siren should go for Werribee last week.
Should have gone
5 minutes ago.
nearly half time. Okay, the ball's about to be thrown. Has wandered down to do the ruck work. He'll be doing it with Ben Evans from the Belmont side. He takes the ball out of the ruck. He's tackled, but gets a little foot to it. Gets another little foot to it, soccers it back into the play, but Bruns for North Geelong relieves, kicks down the line, can't get it away. Ryan can't take possession of the ball. Quickly over the back of the pack there for Belmont Lions side is LeBrook. He kicks it down to the centre half forward. McConnell come through, it can't quite pick it up, and relieving it is Bruns for the North Geelong side. Kick down the middle of the ground. Luke Wilson's on the run. He kicks a long ball looking for Mitch Habib. He's going to get there first. No, the Belmont Lions fella.
Touched on the line.
Belmont Lions defender there in Alex Jolly has run onto the ball and escorted it through for one behind. The 8th one for North Geelong. 4-8-32, 2-1-13 to Belmont Lions. We're just on 30 minutes into the first quarter. Fletcher has the ball for Belmont Lions, kicks down the line and finds Lees. He marks on centre wing. Lions in attack. We must be very, very close to quarter time. Kicks forward. Oh, it's just falls short of his teammate. Coming through to support, though, is Jed Evans, the big ruckman. A neat little hand pass to McConnell, releases him. He runs through the line, kicks it to Hahn. Hahn, the 1-2 back to McConnell. McConnell has a long shot at goal, and that is a magnificent kick. May Nelly have gone through for goal, but Brent Jarks comes through, takes the ball on the chest, and the umpire's just checking where the mark was taken, whether it was in the square or just beside the post.
I think he's also checking to see if it went over the line, because the North Geelong blokes were claiming it went through.
Right. So Jarks is going to have to do a banana. He's very, very tight angle. The man on the mark's only 2 metres from the goal post. Jarks kicks. The umpire doesn't move. That is a magnificent kick. They're 3-1-19. North Geelong 4-8-32. And Jingo's, Grubby, I reckon this is a very even contest.
Look, it is a very even contest, and I think Belmont are keeping themselves in the game by kicking straight, whereas North Geelong are not kicking very straight at all. 12 shots to goal, 12 shots at goal of 4, would suggest that they probably should be 4 or 5 goals up. But if you don't kick straight in any football, it's not good football. And Belmont have kicked straight and have kept themselves in the game. And if they can do the same, if they get the advantage of this breeze in the second quarter, they might make life pretty tough for the Maggies.
Looking a very handy side today, the Lions.
Looks like Edwards is going back into the ruck again now, so Edwards going back to do the ruck work against Wilson. So a big job here, going through the middle of the ground. Wilson just a little handball down, ends up in the hands of Velma, goes out the back to Key. Key, long handball back to Wilson. Player over the top, he's going to use him out wide. That's going to be Grant, gets through a little bit of traffic, steps and looks, goes into the forward line. Nice looking kick, coming up to meet the ball was Davis, didn't get down and pick it up. O'Toole was there, knocked it along the ground. Habib was very classy in picking the ball up, got the handball away. Widdowson couldn't accept it, was just a little bit low, and the ball now runs over the boundary line and will be thrown in about 10 round from behind post.
Smitty, you played in a ruck. When you go up for a ruck contest against Wilson, you do not look at Wilson.
No.
You look at the ball, and that he'll kill you if you look at him, because he'll put it wherever he wants to.
The only thing you can do there is jump early and jump into him and try and watch the ball at the same time.
Don't look at him.
No. So the ball in the forward line, Davis gets the ball down again. There's a free kick being given. It's a hold, and it's going to go to Edwards of Belmont. So Edwards now will transfer play across the ground. Another dangerous kick. Again, it gets out the back. They go it away. It's all right there. The handball goes away, and they deliver the ball back towards centre wing. Marcus not taken out there. Ryan, the first to arrive, can't pick the ball up yet. He's taken off the ball or off the contest. Handball goes to O'Connell. And he runs and delivers into the forward line. Gunnings up, it was Bissett. Got the handball back to O'Connell. And he runs inside 50, kicks towards goal. And he has kicked another. So that's a very good goal late in the first quarter. They are 4-1. They trail North Geelong on 4-7. And I reckon we've gone 33 first quarter. Cogsey's on his second. And Commodore Hotel, first quarter scoreboard.
Cogsey hasn't had one for a couple of years, so we can't blame him for that. Really, really good football from Belmont.
Quick.
I reckon they've changed the rule. I always thought if you used your body, it's no worries. But if you actually used your hands, it was a free. And I thought the Belmont player used his hands a little bit, but they tend to not pay that anymore. And they came down the ground with beautiful football. This kid's not a bad player, the kid that kicked that goal.
Well,
I don't know whether it's McConnell, O'Connor.
No, there's too many of them. O'Connell.
It's O'Connell.
Yeah, good footy.
So it's back in the middle. Davis rises over, gets the hand ball down. Alma runs over the top of it. It bobbles forward again. Coming through is Ben Evans for the Belmont Lions. He can't control the ball. Comes out of the back of the pack. Belmont again attacking with ferocity is Hahn. He gets it across to Timo, but coming in as the quarter siren time blows. Alma had the last kick of the quarter. It's 4-8-32. Belmont Lions are 4-1-25. A 34-minute quarter, which is a hell of a lot different to the last one we called. We'll take a short break here. Back to the studio. We're back with Grubbications to summarise. This is 94.7 The Pulse, GDFL football.
You're
not too
allowed
sure.
to jump early. You can't pay a free kick for jumping
Kicks
early.
into the man on the mark anyway, so they're going to win possession back. Davis comes through, picks the ball up, tried to give it the hand. Jubba came the other way, picked up by Brent Swenison. He's dived on the top of him, and the players will be rewarded, and that's Brent Swenison for a free kick. He decides to go quickly into the forward line. Good leader, Bibb. Tried to get it on the one hand, couldn't do so. That was nice work there by Hearn. Got it back to a Bibb, goes back to Phyllis. Phyllis goes back to a Bibb. Put it in some space for him. Chips the ball over the top, but it didn't make it there. Picked up by Elmer. Needs to get rid of it. Got a little boot away. Again, numbers Beath on hands and knees. Picked up, cleared away. And I think that was Brown. Got the ball forward into the hands there of Lees. Lees runs, kicks towards the forward line. Little fella comes out. No mark. Good ball from behind. Again, it's going to be Wright that runs onto the ball. Picks it up. Has a little bit of time and space. Looks across the ground. Goes looking for Bissett. Nice mark. Protected the ball well. And he will go back and shoot for goal.
Well, he did protect the ball well, but I tell you what, the kick was exactly where it had to be. Otherwise, he was in trouble. A good kick.
So Nathan Bissett now, kicking from about 30. Not too much of an angle to worry about here. Kicks that goal.
Oh.
I don't even think he scored.
Yeah,
He
he
has,
has.
just says the umpire, and threw for a minor score. Must be something to do with the wind down that end of the ground, Grub. 5-3 now to the Belmont Lions. 5-7 North Geelong. We have ticked over 9 minutes. Second quarter, Bucklers Entertainment Centre. Second quarter scoreboard.
I don't understand that free kick in the middle, just for going up early. You're allowed to go up early if you don't interfere.
I think you reckon he sort of shepherded by
Well-
jumping early, kept him out of the...
Well, the field
Half of the ball.
umpire was a foot away, said no, but the field umpire from 30 metres away decided to pull it. I don't think they should be doing that. The other bloke saw it, no free kick.
Tom Ryan comes out and takes a neat little pass right onto the chest of Luke Wilson, half-back flank. The big ruckman kicks in short and rewards Ryan. He's run forward and taken the kick back, so that's good reciprocal rights. Ryan kicks down looking for Gerard. That's a very neat pick-up and a very neat kick out to Phyllis. Phyllis, oh, that's a horrible kick down the line. Coming through is Grant. He tries to pick it up. It's Jubba comes through for Belmont Lions, takes it out of the pack, kicks down the line looking for Nathan Bissett. Punched away from him and out of the boundary line. Grubby, I don't know that Belmont are going well enough that a player of Nathan Bissett's quality can be languishing in the forward pocket. Wouldn't they need him more in the middle on a day like this?
Well, I would have thought so, and that may happen in the second half. It may well. I think that 7 goals might have gone to his head.
I was just going to say that without saying it. Ball's been thrown in again, pushed in the back. I think was Wilson by Evans. Comes onto the hands of Nathan Bissett, but it's Bruns who comes forward. Hand passes to Eels, but it's been intercepted by Lees, who's done a very good job. Back to the first quarter hero, O'Connell. He hand passes into his teammate LeBrook. He can't get away. It's North Geelong win possession through Eels. He kicks down the line looking for Hearn. Hearn can't quite win the ball either. Hand passed over the back by Fletcher. Palm down neatly, but intercepting is Tompkins. Tompkins and Eels paddle the ball forward. They can't get it. The umpire's deemed a free kick. Will go to Belmont. Advantage is paid. Ball comes across to LeBrook. He tries to get round his man and has definitely copped one high from Tom Swenson. And he will take the free kick. Just inside the corner of the centre square, North Geelong attacking side. LeBrook kicks out onto the wing. Labouring towards the ball is young Lees. Tries to get around a teammate. Gets a very good hand pass away to Hahn. Hahn kicks neatly and finds the chest of Nathan Bissett right on the 50-metre arc. Neat little kick by Bissett, looking for and finding Jarks on a great lead. And the champion small forward come full forward will have a shot for goal directly in front near enough, and he's probably going to kick from about 40 metres out.
Look, that could be an answer to your question if young Bisso plays up the ground a little bit. He's got the class to be able to put a ball on the chest of Jarks, probably more than his teammates at this stage in their career.
So Jarks now kicks from about 40. It comes off the boot very neatly. Umpire hasn't moved. That's his third for the afternoon. And it takes the Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard. Belmont Lions are 6-3-39. And the North Geelong side 2 points shy of that. 5-7-37, 12 minutes into the second quarter.
Well, you know, you could say, look, he's kicked 3 early in the second quarter. Do you have to look after him? Do you have that situation? Jeff Southby couldn't have stopped. No, it was right on the chest. It was a beautiful, beautiful pass from Nathan Bissett. And the North Geelong backline, they can't do anything about that. So what they've got to tighten up is the pressure they put up the ground, because sometimes they put it on, then all of a sudden they don't.
So back in the middle we go once again. Wilson doing the rough work, and also Evans in there doing the work. Ball, Evans, stepped down, goes into the hands of Gerard. He had it and then left it behind. Again in the middle, they try to work the ball out. Gins them in the hands of O'Connell. O'Connell couldn't get clear. Mitchell on the ground. Coming out as O'Toole, got the handball away. That was nice. Ends up in the hands of Eels. Eels from about 25 out. Goes bang, and he has a nice kick at goal this time and has his first of the afternoon. And North Geelong 6. They're 6-7. They lead Belmont Lions 6-3. 13 and a half gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre second quarter scoreboard.
And I think that's what they need to do. They've got to put a couple on. Maybe, all of a sudden their momentum, North Geelong, just lifts a little bit when they kick a good goal like that. Such a quick reply. But again, there are probably a couple of little mistakes there in the centre from the Belmont boys. They fumbled it. They probably pushed it the wrong way into the path of Mitch Abib, who pretty much bang, kick it off the ground and see where you go. Kick it into your forward line. A little bit of luck that there was a North Geelong player in the front, in the van for them. But, good football, have a dead set ball here today.
Well, indeed, we haven't had a goal-for-goal game for ages.
Nope.
Ball's thrown up. Wilson and Jed Evans. Wilson gets a very neat hand pass, tap down to Gerard. Swenenson, but chipping in for Belmont is Alex Jolly, and he'll force a ball up. So up we go again. Wilson again to Gerard running past. He can't quite get it, but he kicks it off the ground very quickly. Jubba lets the ball overrun him. Coming through is O'Toole for North Geelong. He can't break free. Kick off the ground by North Geelong, gets it out to Beath. Beath gets it across it to Swenenson, picks up a beautiful hand pass from Eels, kicks long into the square. Ball's punched away from Mitch Abib and will go out of bounds 2 or 3 metres round from the point post. North Geelong attacking, and they're back on one of their little rolls. They lead 6-7-43 to 6-3 39. 15 minutes into the Buckley's Entertainment second quarter here at North Geelong.
So the ball's thrown back in there while the umpire is about 10 round from the behind post, throws it up. And it's going to be out the back. Davis takes it out of the ruck, and he's going to have a shoot for goal. Kick was smothered off the boot. And again now, they have another opportunity. They try and keep the ball alive in that forward line. Strong tackle there. Ball comes out of the contest, picked up. I reckon that was Hahn. Got the ball outside to O'Donnell. And the ball's now kicked around the boundary line. Good lead up mark. Not taken there by Evans. Ball runs over the boundary line, and we're going to have a throw-in to take place on the far side of the ground. Evans working his way down to the contest. Wilson coming from the other side. He's now off front position. Little tap out to Gerard. Gerard on the left boot brings the ball back into the half forward line. Tompkins out in front. Didn't take the mark. Got support there in Key. Key goes back and long to the top of the goal square. Davis can't take the mark at ground level. The handball comes out. Gins up the hands of Jubba. Tackled by O'Toole. And pushing the backs is the umpire. And a free kick will go to the Belmont player. This time it wasn't. It was actually Goff that had the ball. He gives the handball outside to Fletcher. Fletcher goes round the boundary line. Mark not taken out there. McDonald goes to Swenenson. Got the handball away to Gerard. Gerard gets himself in and out of trouble. Actually put the ball down. So should have been a free kick. Yeah, now they've called play on. The umpires called advantage and they run. Ball from centre wing goes long into their forward line. Jarks leads in the race for the ball. Again, this time a bit too wide. And it goes over the boundary line. Will be thrown back in. So only 25 around from the behind post.
Geez, that O'Connell's a bit like Matty James. He runs like a hare but just grabs it and kicks it as far as he can. But he's kicked it at least to some pretty good positions today. That one not quite getting Jarks, but he's been very impressive, O'Connell.
Yeah, my word, yes. Not a doubt in the world.
We'll have a boundary
you might have given votes last time we've had him.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
It's, Ben Evans knocks it down to the front of pack. Gerard comes in. He's playing very well also for the North Geelong Magpies. And Evans is dragged to the ground by McDonald, and we're going to have a ball up about 30 metres out from the Belmont Lions goal. They're attacking again, and on a goal-for-goal level, they're due for the next one. Wilson over the top for North Geelong, gets it down, but it's sharked by Bissett. He kicks it, dribbling into the forward pocket, but coming out, relieving the pressure is Balaki for the North Geelong side. He gets it to Luke Wilson. He kicks down the line, punched away from Tompkins, and it'll be over the boundary line for another throw-in. It's just Belmont Lions attacking side of the centre wing on the far side of the ground. This is the Keith Barclay Oval at North Geelong. It's 43 to 39. We're 17 minutes into the Buckley's Entertainment second quarter. And again, it's Evans and Wilson looking to do battle in the ruck. No, it's Edwards actually. Edwards runs onto the ball, drops it. Gerard picks up the crumb, kicked neatly down the line, looking for Tompkins. He comes out. Is tackled very quickly, can't get a hand pass away, and O'Connell again for the Belmont side kicks into the middle of the ground, and finds LeBrook coming through from the back line. He hand passes back to McConnell on that long drop punt, kicking to space. Coming out in the lead is Nathan Bissett. Just lands short of him. Tackled, dragged to the ground is young James O'Connor. And there'll be another ball up just on the edge of the centre square.
How many points have they kicked this quarter?
One.
So the ball's going to be...
No, actually none. Two goals.
I think it's -1. I called 4-8 before.
Yeah, no,
It's going to be
actually none. Two goals.
I think it's -1. I called 4-8 before.
Yeah, no, that was wrong. They changed it at quarter time.
It's Ben Evans for the Belmont side. Runs onto the ball. He's playing like a ruckman and a ruck rover. And doing a very strong job around the packs, helping his side enormously at the moment. So there'll be another ball up. It's Luke Wilson and Ben Evans doing the ruck work. Wilson's trying to jump over the top of Evans. Evans grabs that out of the ruck, handballs away quickly towards Nathan Bissett. Brockenshire grabs it. Bissett immediately tackles him. And there'll be another ball up. We're right on the edge of the centre square again. Belmont Lions in attack.
Ball thrown up by the umpire, and again Wilson probably over the top, gets the ball down. Bissett's got the handball away, back to O'Connell, looks to deliver the ball out wide. That's a nice kick, and the mark is taken out there, and it's through Lees. So Lees, right on the 50-metre arc, will kick back in towards goal, and will be a tough kick from that position. So he's going to have to look to palm it off somewhere. Not too sure what his long options are. Evans is making his way back to that position now.
He'll have to, because he can't kick the distance
No.
here, can he?
I wouldn't think so. I'm not too sure of his kicking capabilities, Grub, but he's going to load up from that position. He's going to be way offline, and it will be out of bounds on the full. Free kick going to the North Geelong side.
It's a bit of an anti-climax, that
Yes,
one,
it
wasn't
was. Top of the square would have been nice, give himself an opportunity.
Yeah.
Got his ambitions and his abilities mixed up, Grubby.
Possibly.
So Wilson's short, and Toby Ryan comes up and takes the mark. Player further along the field. Short kick again, dangerous, because Brockenshire had to work for it because Evans made a contest.
Oh, that's a throw.
Yeah.
That is a throw.
He did the right thing, but just lifted the ball.
Well, he
And
did the
free
right
kick.
thing by smashing his body on the line, which
Yeah.
he's been doing, but you can't tunnel ball a ball like that.
So the ball's going to go back to Brockenshire, and he'll kick the ball from
Who kicked that back?
Luke Wilson. Brockenshire now transfers play across the ground over to Ryan. Ryan goes short again to Balaki. Balaki around the boundary line. Got Andrews. He's going to hit the ball there to him, and quickly, and he does. Put a bit of pressure on himself. Didn't go at the contest. The ball's been turned over, and Balaki had to do the right thing and turn it back to the boundary line. He's done that. So a throw-in will take place now.
See, the way I see it, he's trying to take the mark, and the bloke's interfered with him. It probably should have been a free kick to North Geelong, I would have thought.
He
But
certainly had front on.
yeah, and he's attempting the mark, so you can't interfere when they're going for the mark.
So the ball now to be thrown back in by the umpire again. It's going to be Edwards that taps the ball back to the front of the contest. Andrews just leads in the race for the ball, kicks it along the boundary line. Hearn couldn't pick it up cleanly. Ball gets through the contest. Tackle was made there on Smith, but he tries to work hard and get back over the top of it. O'Connell's also there. Umpire in quickly and says, no, it's going to be mine.
I'll just clarify that. You can actually interfere if you've got your eyes on the footy, which you didn't have.
So again, Ruckman to go at it. Edwards and Wilson. Wilson out the back to Elmer. Elmer goes towards Gerard. He couldn't take it cleanly, underground level. And it's McDonald that comes out of the contest. And again, umpire very quickly calls for the ball. Come back to himself. So thrown up again by the umpire. Edwards tries to tap the ball down. McDonald also. Wilson final shot at it. Picked up by Hahn. Burst through the contest. Got the handball away nicely to Fletcher. Fletcher delivers the ball across the ground towards Beath. Beath takes the ball. Has a stop and a look. Goes around the boundary looking towards Bissett. He's out in front. Mark was not taken. Brockenshire did nicely. Picks the ball up. Got the kick away. Back towards centre wing. It will run. And will run over the boundary line. So we're going to have a throw in on the far side of the ground. And as we've gone just over 22 minutes, it is 6-7 North Geelong, 6-3 to the Belmont Lions. Umpire now to restart it from that position. It is thrown back in, Wilson front position. McConnell doing the ruck work, picked up by Gerard. Goes back on his left boot, goes round their boundary line, presents nicely. Key comes up from behind, takes a mark, has a player inside. Swennerson in some space, can look, run, kick towards goal, chips it towards a big fella. Davis on hands and knees, didn't take it cleanly, picked up there by Goff. He kicks the ball back towards the middle of the ground. That possession there, Ryan read it nicely, got the ball going forward into the hands of Eels. So Eels now, he goes quickly around the boundary line towards a Bib. A Bib comes up and takes a mark. So So he's got a little bit of time now. Habib decides to go quickly and long. Wilson will be the target. Out the back, the ball will come at ground level. It's going to be picked up by Elmer. He actually didn't take it cleanly. Keys there. Again, he didn't pick it up have it cleanly either. It's bowling around that full forward position. The handball comes out, ends up in the hands of Gerard. Got around one on the left boot. Little kick around the corner. Goes looking for and trying to find O'Toole. Didn't hit him. Over the top, the ball now works clear, and it's cleared away out there by Renton, I think, and he kicks back towards the centre wing. Picked up in the boundary line by Grant. Here's tackle taken over, and we're going to have a ball in to take place on the far side of the ground as we
Tommy
kick towards
Swinnerton
24.
in a little bit of trouble out there. Down for a fair while. He's up now.
As we tick towards 24 minutes in this second quarter, it is North Geelong 6-7, Belmont 6-3.
Ball's about to be thrown in. Davis and Jed Evans. Davis gets a handball away to Swinnerton. He can't break clear of the pack. Ball's bobbling out, backwards and forwards. Tackle dragged to the ground. Umpire says, I'll have that.
While they ball this up, Anakie 9, Invaldi 86, Winchelsea 23, East Geelong 70, Thompson 46, Werribee Central's 38, Bannockburn 4-3-27, Bellpost Hill 7-8-50.
There you go. That might be the turn up for the books if we don't get one out. Or we could even have two on one day.
Might be 3 on one day, by
That'll
the looks
throw
of
the
things.
footy record tipsters into a frenzy.
Well, they've all gone the same nearly, so Smitty might benefit here.
So Gerard tries to win the ball. He's dragged down. Swinnerton comes through. Quickly kicked out by Grant for the North Geelong side. Coming through very strongly is O'Connor. That is a brilliant bit of defensive work. Runs on, kicks neatly down the line, looking for Ben Evans with a very, very strong mark. Evans' hand passes across to release O'Connell. He's dragged to the ground as he gets a handball away. They've got some meterage there, but none of it too clean. But they've forced a boundary throw in now about 40 metres round from their point post. The Belmont Lions attacking vigorously. They trail by 4 points. It's 43-39 with 25 minutes exactly into the Buckley's Entertainment second quarter.
They just made a couple of errors there, didn't they? A couple of wrong decisions to go to the wrong bloke. They had put the possession of the footy and they lost it.
It was thrown in again. Davis can't get at it. It's Ben Evans for Belmont side. He quickly gets it across to his teammate. Coming through there is Hahn. He kicks long into the goal. That is a magnificent goal for a midfielder under a bit of pressure on the wrong foot. Kicked down probably at the square looking for Jarks, but it's carried through with a little bit of breeze just over the outstretched hands. The 7th goal to the Lions, 7-3-45. They take the lead again in this goal-for-goal game. 6-7-43, nearly 26 minutes into the Buckley's Entertainment second quarter.
Well, that's what you want to come to see. I just had the feeling we might not have a close game, and we really got one here. But yes, the wind helped, and yes, he was under pressure. But have you seen the size of Alex Hahn's legs? He looks like a coal miner. He's got the big, thick legs, and he's put that in, and it's just snuck over. And again, it's just a pretty good, entertaining game to watch. And one of these sides may crack at one stage, and it doesn't look like it's going to be Belmont just yet.
I hope not.
So the ball back now in the middle of the ground. The ruckman go at it again. It's a handball out to Hahn. He ends up with it. Got out of trouble. Goes back on the right foot. Little kick over the top was smothered. Picked up cleanly there and kicked away by Brown. Again, it's going to be okay. Ludbrook, he's tackled, brought to ground. Now the ball won't come out. Umpire will come in and take possession of it once again.
Wait till the end of the game, but I might have to reassess how the Lions are going here.
The ball tapped down now, and again, that ball in the middle of the contest. Again, Tom Swinnerton puts his head over the contest. He is tackled straight away, and we're going to have another ball up to take place. Similar position to the last. Davis doing the ruck work. Evans is also there. Again, Evans probably just threw
That's
that
a
ball
throw
out of
again.
it. Yeah, it looks like it
Twice
from here.
now.
So umpire called it, and Davis is going to be the recipient of that free kick. So Davis now
It's
has
not
the
easy.
ball in
It's
the
not hard
half-back
to
line.
rectify, Smitty. Just close your fist.
Yeah, that's true. Ball now into the hands of Tom Swinnerton. Goes further afield, looking for and can't find Tompkins. He can't pick it up, but Jubba does nicely and puts the ball back into their forward line. Going back, Davis runs onto the ball.
Ooh.
Good strong bit of work there from the Belmont player. I'm not too sure. Was it
Jarks?
Jarks? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was. And now there's a free kick being
I
given.
don't know what that one was for, but
Geez, he attacked that with vigour.
yeah, he did.
He's Jarks. He's a little bit mercurial, so this is not beyond him, I don't reckon.
Oh, gee, it's a long way out.
It is. But he's going to go back, and he's going to give himself every opportunity, Brent Jarks. 3 straight for the afternoon. So Jarks now steps in. He'll kick from about 45. got plenty of height, plenty of elevation, plenty of distance, and it's
Yeah,
straight
right.
through the middle. Brent Sharks has his fourth of the afternoon, and that is the 8th for the Belmont Lions. They are 8-3. They lead North Geelong on 6-7, and we have gone 28 minutes. Second quarter, Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
Well, I tell you what, the reason I said, I don't know if he can kick this or not, is because I reckon 3 times he had a look over his left shoulder for blokes running past him. I thought, oh, he don't think he can kick this, which is strange for Brent because he has got a reasonably high opinion of his ability, and it matches. It's fair enough. But he just went back, and I thought he kicked it a little bit high, but that was a good kick because the wind must have just carried it that extra bit. A really good goal. This is a terrific game, and I said before the game, maybe we have underrated their performances a little bit, and maybe I'm right. Who knows? I hope so.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being tight right through to the end. Davis grabs the ball out of the ruck, quickly kicks forward. Getting out towards the ball now is key, but it bounces the wrong way from him. He's still first back at it. Does a very good job to hand pass out to Eels. Eels releases Tom Swenninson very, very neatly on his left foot, pushes a man off with a fend. The umpire said he's run too far. And probably reasonable. I think if you had a tape measure, you'd get a little bit more than 20 on it. But it was that secondary tackle evasion that caused the problem. So he stands on the mark looking very disgruntled, but I think he probably understands it's a reasonable free kick. We're waiting on Fletcher now for the Belmont Lions side to take the free kick. So it's Cam Fletcher. He kicks the ball 30 metres backwards into the back pocket and finds Mitch Goff. Mitch Goff kicks out onto the wing looking for Aidan Smith. He can't take the ball, and it's Grant who neatly pops it into the hands of Mitch Habib in the forward pocket. So that was a strange bit of transfer of the ball. That was a hell of a risk to kick it out to a 2-1-1 on the wing. It's come unstuck, and Mitch Habib is going to have a shot from goal. Probably a 30-degree angle. Deep in the forward pocket, but we've seen a few rippers kick from this pocket already.
We have, but you just can't do that. I don't mind going back 30 metres, but the next bloke can't just bang it up into the air to a 2-on-1. He's just, that was terrible
wasteful
football.
So Habib comes in, a neat little kick. It's gone across the face of goal. Just missed, one behind only to North Geelong. They go to 6-8-44. Belmont Lions are 8-3-51. Exactly 30 minutes into the Buckley's Entertainment Centre second quarter.
So Fletcher now from the fullback position. He plays on. He goes to the far side of the ground, which most of them do out here. Tompkins takes the mark, so it might come back just as quick. One last opportunity maybe for the North Geelong side. He looks to deliver the ball across the ground. Has Ryan. Ryan is now going to go quickly into the forward line. Leading player is Hearn. Can't take the mark. Interference, says the umpire. Have played on now, says the umpire. Elmer takes the advantage, but doesn't take full advantage of it. And through for another minor score. So they move to 6-9 now. And they trail Belmont on 8-3. 31 minutes gone. The ball quickly from the back pocket position. And it's going to be taken out of there, this time by Renton, I think. And he kicks the ball long, back towards the centre wing. Wilson over the back. Ball goes to the contest. He picks the ball up, goes over the top. Has Key. Key looks, turns, goes back inside. Mark is taken out there by Widdowson. And maybe one another final shot at goal from that position. But again, coming back into the breeze, won't be easy.
Belpost still in front of Bannockburn. 3 goals. Werribee Central's hit the front at Thompson. And Winch and the other two, they're killing them. That scores a level out at Thompson now.
Thompson.
52 apiece.
So Widdowson now from that forward pocket. As we said, a difficult kick from there, I would think. Kicks that goal. I'll tell you what, he likes it straight off the boot. That's gone straight through the middle. Don't worry about being difficult. Josh Widdowson says, I'll just put it straight through. So it's 7-9 now to North Geelong. And the Belmont Lions are on 8 goals 3. 32 minutes gone. To Brandy Cycles, not to Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
Look at that, it's going to be level. 1 goal each and they will be level. Grubby?
Oh, yeah, what if they kick a point each?
Yeah,
that'll work. You take that as well. Yeah, look.
They started to stay even, now they're even again.
Now they're even again, yeah. We should have just started at half time. But, yeah, look, they have been wasteful a little bit in front of goal, but young Josh Widdowson, he decided that he's going to put a stop to that and put it right through the middle. Beautiful, beautiful kick. Any relation to Widow?
Yeah. I reckon
because he was a beautiful kick and a beautiful footballer. Widow, don't worry about that.
Widdowson.
Oh, yeah, beautiful footballer to watch.
Ooh. He's in the Jonesy era. So the ball from the middle of the ground goes towards Swinnerson. Ball goes towards the Eels. He can't pick it up yet. Hangs over the top of it. Now he gets out of the contest. Goes to Tompkins. Tompkins the key. Now he can finish here nicely. Goes into the pocket. Hearn and or Habib. Doesn't matter because Habib has got the mark. And now he transfers back inside. Dangerous kick. Fletcher gets a hand in there. Goes to Tompkins. He tries to work the ball through the contest. Has support and key. Got the handball back to McDonald. McDonald now goes back to the goal square. And again, reading it again, it's Widdowson once again. So he'll go back and have a second opportunity in this quarter. And as we go to 33 minutes again, second quarter.
That's gracious.
Yes, we'll have 2:34s to start the game. Finish with 2:22s.
Well, North Geelong, they're back in that we're going to play good
Yep.
footy role. And when they do, Belmont battle to touch the footy.
So Widdowson from a similar position, probably a little bit closer than last time. Kicks that goal.
Missed it this
time he has missed it. And he has got one goal, one for the afternoon. And it's 7-10 and a 1 point lead to North Geelong. Belmont on 8-3. As we said, 33, almost 34 gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre second quarter scoreboard. Ball goes out wide to the pocket and the mark has been taken out there. It's Jabba. Looked to give the handball away. Now he's got himself around the player on the mark and kicks long. Goes towards the centre wing.
Well, that's in a free kick.
Has to be an interference. It was a little bit early. O'Connell tried to do the right thing, but just went that margin early. And going back with the fly of the ball was Toby Ryan. So he now plays on. His kick not flash. Ball gets towards centre wing. Over the top of the contest. Handball comes out. And again, North Geelong with some running players outside the contest. Ends up in the hands of Swinnerson. Got the handball away. It's picked up and cleared away. Ends up in the hands of Jubba. He goes back towards the boundary line. Good support out there into the Tarn, who comes back inside. His kick missed his target. Into the hands of Brockenshire. Brockenshire to Phyllis. Phyllis across the ground has Brent Swinnerson. Maybe one final hurrah. He now delivers and goes into the half-forward line. Hearn's there. He's out in front. Takes him up.
Umpire, now...
He's taken steps.
But the umpire can only do this if he called play on. If the umpire hasn't called play on, he's got to have his kick. He hadn't called play on.
I wouldn't want to be arguing with the umpire X. He might just give 50.
Yeah, well, yeah, don't. Yeah, don't. But no, that's the right call. He did play on, but the umpire hasn't called it. So that means the mark stands. That's exactly what's happened there. And I'll tell you what, good umpiring.
So Todd Hearn with an opportunity to kick the score after the siren. He's going to have to kick it every bit of 55.
Well, by the way, he's kicked today. He's the bloke you'd want it in his hands.
He loads up.
No.
It's a long kick, but it's going to be way offline, and it's not him going to score. So it's final score, the half-time score will be North Geelong. They will go in at 7-10-52. They'll lead Belmont Lions in 8-3-51. Goal scorers this time are Todd Hearn with 3, 1 each to Eels, Elmer, Widdowson and Habib. And for the Belmont Lions, 4 to Jarks, 2 to O'Connell, 1 each to O'Connor and Hahn. So a 1 point lead. Take a short break. When we come back, Gravifications will go through all the first half action. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Okay, boys, out to you. Here we go. Right.
Welcome back to the Keith Barclay Oval at North Geelong, where we see the home side 1 point in front of the visiting Belmont Lions in what's been a ripper game. And thank you, David, for keeping the listeners entertained with some magnificent music while we stuffed our faces inside the magnificent hospitality of the North Geelong Footy Club.
What'd you have?
Oh, lots.
Lots. Good on you.
It was sweet and good. Good afternoon to you, Ronnie Bucketberg, if you're listening to your home in Corio. But, Dale, that has been a fantastic half of footy.
Yes, they're the games you want to come and see, Rob. As you said, it's nice to see an even contest. And as I said, the game has ebbed and flowed. And it looks like it's going to be set up for a great second half here as we start this afternoon. The second half football, and the ball is to be thrown up in the middle. Wilson's gone back into the ruck, taps the ball down into the hands of Elmer. I think this is the quarter that will test a few, and we need to see some action here. So it's going to go forward, and the first one will be through O'Toole. O'Toole takes the mark, and he looks to deliver the ball into their forward line. Gets out the back. Davis couldn't pick it up again at ground level. There's numbers around the contest. A Bibbs there, or Widdowson's there. He can't come out with the ball. Umpire in quickly, and we'll have a ball up to take place. The ball about to be restarted, and it gets seen out of the contest. Again, Davis had it, lost it. Ball comes in the hands of Gerard. Gerard goes out the back into the hands of Eels, goes back further. We'll find Tom Swenison, just glides up and goes long into the goal square. Again, ball bounces, runs through, and will be pushed through for a minor score. And the first score of the second half is to North Geelong. They're a 7-11 now. 2-point lead over the Belmont Lions, 8-3. The ball is brought in quickly from that back pocket position. And the mark has been taken out there. Handball is ignored. So Belmont with the ball. Just looking to... There's a 50-metre penalty there. Not too sure what that was for.
The man on the mark did a little quick step to the left and got
pinged.
Just forgot the rule for a sec.
It's all right. So they bring the ball down, or they've been escorted down the ground to inside the centre square. And from that position now, they decide to go long towards the centre half position. Mark not taken. Again, at ground level, it's numbers around the contest. Hahn plays the tackle. Bruns gets out of that tackle, goes back on the right foot and goes wide. Out the back, looking for O'Toole. He's behind. He's a small player and needed to jump or get in front position. And the mark and the free kick has been taken to Fletcher. So Fletcher now for the Belmont Lions. Goes towards centre wing. Evans is the target. He's up. Good from Mark Evans. Over the top he goes. Handballs off to O'Connell. O'Connell from that position goes quickly into the forward line. Ball gets out the back. Brockenshire and also Bissett. He put Brockenshire off the ball, but ends up to hands to Swenison. Swenson goes out wide. Phyllis had it, put himself under a little bit of pressure. Will put Brockenshire under even more. Handballs back to Phyllis on the right foot. Goes round the boundary line. Back towards centre wing. Numbers there with the Belmont Lions. Out the back, the ball comes and it goes back quickly. Mark is not taken out there, and it's Jolly on the left foot. Goes into the half forward line, but straight back into the hands of Phyllis. So North Geelong will be able to slow things down and set things up. He goes inside. Mark is taken there by Swenison. Looking towards Elmer. That's the direction he goes, and he will take the mark inside the centre square. On the left boot, he plays on quickly, goes to Swenison Brent through the middle of the ground, and now he goes looking for, and will find Davis on a lead.
Kick.
So he'll go back and kick for goal. He's about 40 metres out when he kicks the ball, and an opportunity for the first goal of the second half.
I can't remember Phyllis playing a lot of footy down back for Anakie from we watched, but I tell you what, he knows football, doesn't he? He knew when to leave his man because he knew where the ball was going. And you got to know what you're doing down back line to do that. And I can't remember him playing much down there, so he's adapted pretty quick.
When he was out, I think he started back and
Did
then
he?
he moved forward and late. So Davis now from 50. Kicks,
That's
goal,
the
and
one
he
they
has
want.
put it straight through the middle. That's his first, probably his hardest shot at goal, and he's put it straight through the middle. So North Geelong to 8-11. They lead Belmont on 8-3. We have gone 3 minutes. Third quarter to Grandly Cycling Sports, third quarter scoreboard.
Well, I reckon, and that's why I asked it, because I reckon that goal came from Phyllis. The way he's just snuck across, left his man, took a mark on his own, and started the ball rolling. Got it up to Big Davis. He hasn't kicked the ball that well today. He gets about 55 metres out and puts it straight through the middle. I can't understand it. But
it's pretty handy when you've got two blokes 6'4" can swap in the ruck and then go down to the forward line and don't look like gooses, isn't it?
Well, that's
Both
right.
of them are very, very handy.
And then that was probably my main theme before the game, if you remember.
Yep.
You know, I was a bit startled that they actually started Wilson there and Davis in the middle, but the way they do that, they gave Werribee some trouble last week, as long as they kicked the ball the right way.
It's Wilson again who gets over the top of Evans. Hand passes down, but it's Edwards for the Belmont side. I called Evans. It was actually Edwards. He kicks the ball down. Ludbroke. Beautiful little pass in, but no, it is intercepted by North Geelong. Coming out as Jacques He can't break through either. Back to North Geelong through Swenninson. It comes back again to Belmont Lions. Hahn again snaps it quickly over his shoulder, but pretty much straight up in the air. Punched away from Jarks by Tom Swenninson. We'll have a boundary thrown about 20 metres round from the behind post. We're in the third quarter, and this would be the Grandi Sport and Cycle third quarter. North Geelong lead by 8 points. We're 4.5 minutes in. Ben Evans now assumes the ruck responsibilities against Wilson. Ball's thrown in. Wilson gets forward position, takes the ball out of the ruck. Hand passes quickly to Swenninson. He across to his partner in crime, Gerard. He kicks looking for Bruns, but it's been intercepted and marked by Connor Brown. Haven't called his name much today for the Belmont Lions side, but he's got a chance to make himself a hero. He'll be kicking from about 45 metres out. Very, very slight angle, and he's not looking super confident. He's looking for it over his shoulder as well.
4 times.
He's looking for some help, but it's all on your shoulders, young man. Step up to the plate. So it's Brown for Belmont. Wobbles in, kicks from 45 metres. He's got a horrible, horrible connection. It's bounced very short in the 10-metre square. Tom Swenninson tries to break free. A pack of players jump on top of him, and the umpire will throw the ball up inside Belmont Lions goal square. They're attacking, and 8 points down in this third quarter.
That's why he was looking over his shoulder, because he couldn't kick it over a jam tin.
That was horrible. So it's Evans and Wilson again in the ruck. Evans gets front position. Can't get away. Swenninson hand passes quickly. Stepping over the line is Wilson for North Geelong. And he will immediately kick the ball back in to his namesake, Luke Wilson, on the half-back flank. He can passes quickly inside and finds Elmer. Elmer kicks down the line. Look, Mitch Habib is his target, and he does a very good job. Marks in front of his opponent. Quickly plays on, finds Eels, and it's a neat little pass. Eels plays on immediately, kicks long towards the square. He needs a bit of assistance with a bounce. Jubba does a very good job, touches it over the line, and it's another minor score. They're 8-12-60 now. Belmont Lions 8-3-51, 6.5 minutes into the Buckley's No, it is the De Grandi Sport and Cycle third quarter.
So the ball goes across goals, and it's from Fletcher in the hands of O'Connell. So he's now on the other side, and he transfers play back towards centre wing. Out the front, good use of the body there. Evans has got away with it, got the handball away. Well, the umpire said it was okay. Into the hands there of Jolly. His little left boot goes along towards the centre wing. Bissett comes out. Didn't have possession of the ball, and the umpire says he's going to win a free kick. So Bissett now on the left boot goes quickly into the forward line. Jarks on a strong lead out towards the half forward line. Ball goes over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw-in to take place in that position right on the 50-metre arc.
I love it when they use their body, but I just reckon that was a bit early. The ball must be within 5 metres if that's still the rule, and I thought he just did it too early. He's put him out too early.
The umpire about to restart it now on that far side. Evans doing the ruck work. Wilson. Evans does the ball, brings it back to the front of the contest. Hahn, a little bit of pace. He's worked hard through the contest, got the handball away, did nicely. Puts it into a bit of space, picked up by Phyllis. Handballs over the top to Swenninson. Tom now goes back outside looking for Brent. He goes back with the flight of the ball. Mark for free kick. High said the umpire.
In the back, Mark, everything.
Yeah, and he said in the back was the indication. I think we're over the shoulder. And a free kick going to Brent Swenninson. So now from the half, or just defensive side of centre wing, he decides to go long and around the boundary line. Coming back, well, both North Geelong players flew for the ball, but it's the big fella on Tompkins who held on to it. So now he's going to deliver the play and go inside 50. Davis out on a lead once again. Ball gets through the back. Picked up there. Habib got the handball. Well, that was Widdowson got the handball away. Outside. Picked up by Todd. Yeah, you're right there. Now there's a free kick. I was watching the ball come down the ground, and it's a free kick, and I didn't see that one either. And it's going to Habib.
Would that have been down ground? It didn't appear to be anything.
No, I think he might have just held on to him before the ball came down. I didn't have the binoculars on it. It's a long way away, but I think he might have grabbed hold of him and just interfered with him going for the mark.
So Mitch Habib has one for the afternoon, can go back and kick for his second. And from in the square, you would think that it must be just out because he's not directly in front. So Habib from 10 metres out stabs at the ball. Umpire goes across, but he says it's okay. He has his second now, and the ninth now for North Geelong. It is 9-12 North Geelong. They lead Belmont on 8-4. 9 minutes gone. Third quarter. Buckley's Entertainment. Sorry, it's the Granny Cycling Sports.
This is a bit strange because they're not playing their brilliant footy. but they're not playing their rubbish either. They're actually playing steady football. Belmont's still getting it down the forward line, and they just can't finish off, mainly due to the desperation of the North Geelong backmen. But now they're getting the ball down there, and they're kicking goals. If they had done that in the first quarter, they were probably 5 or 6 up. So what Belmont have got to do now, they've got to hang on for dear life. Because if North Geelong break away and kick 3 or 4 here, it's going to be too far to come back. Long, hard road.
So 9.5 minutes into De Grande Sport and Cycle third quarter. Jed Evans and Davis. Davis wins the ball down, gets it across to himself, and then back to Tom Swenninson, who releases beautifully to his brother Brett Swenninson. Gerard hand passes back to Brett Swenninson.
Oh, that's down the ground, umpire.
No, he's... he has. He heard you, Grubby. He literally heard you, turned around, looked at the commentary box, and then blew his whistle and has paid the free kick.
He knows who the experts are.
And Mitch Habib, who's just kicked the goal less than a minute ago, is going to line up for another one. He'll be kicking from about 45 metres out, directly in front, kicking to the northern end of this Keith Barclay Oval in Osborne Park, North Geelong.
He just has to kick this for North
He's
Geelong.
a neat little kick of the football, this young fella. He's kicked more than 50 goals for the club last year and has started off okay again this year. So young Mitch Habib, son of the very happy president, Jason, kicks, but it's faded to the left, 1 point only. They now lead by 15 points, 9-13-67. Belmont 8-3-51. 10.5 into De Grande Sport and Cycle third quarter. Yeah, you're right, Grubby. We don't want to see too much more of this because this game's been good because it's close. Let's hope it can stay that way.
Happy president. What do you mean by that?
Well, he's always smiling.
He's had 8 stubbies. Well, of course he's going to be smiling.
Ben Evans in front of the pack, can't hold the mark. Coming through very quickly is O'Connell again. No, it's not. It's Fletcher. Fletcher kicks down the line. Jarks can't hold the mark. Brent Swenninson butters up, gets it across to Brockenshire. Brockenshire back to Ryan. And Ryan neatly kicks out, looking for and finding McDonald on the wing. He kicks down and finds Gerard on his own, a bit further down, a bit closer to North Geelong's goal. Screaming for the ball in the middle of the ground is Bruns, and he will reward that effort. And Bruns, the recruit from Echuca to North Geelong, come down to Deakin Uni. He's kicked it beautifully to Brett Swenninson on the 50-metre line. Probably a little bit too far out for him. But at this stage, he's half fancying himself. Gentlemen, you've seen him more. Can he kick that far?
No.
There you go. Did you want to think about it for a minute?
Nah.
So he not rightly passes off and finds Luke Wilson's big chest leading out from the full forward line. He's about 20 metres closer. He'll kick from probably 45 metres out.
Yep.
Well known for kicking a few.
Yep.
This
Just in case you ask the same question, yep.
No, I think this might be testing ground here.
So Luke Wilson
Should be able to
resting
kick that.
ruckman for the North Geelong side. He's kicked 6 in a game this year already.
Never
That's
looked
a
like
long straight kick straight through the middle. And that is a very important goal for North Geelong, taking advantage of this little zephyr of a breeze in the third quarter. They go to 10-13-73 now. Belmont Lions stuck at 8-3-51 now, 22 points behind. That's by far the biggest lead of the day. We're 12.5 minutes into the De Grande Sport and Cycle third quarter.
Well, I'll tell you what, I did give the weather report before the game with the southwester that's going to get a little bit more, and I got that from an old sailor, and he's giving me a bum steer because I reckon the wind's dropped a bit. It's
just a zephyr now.
He told me it was going to be a lot heavier, and he's an old sailor. Well, I'll tell you what, no wonder he lost to Sydney to Hobart.
He must have been underneath the deck, mate. Ball from the middle of the ground again, comes out. McDonald comes and gets it. Ball, got the handball away, goes out towards Elmer. Elmer on the left boot. He goes round the boundary line, and it will go towards the forward pocket, coming out, marking, or the ball is picked up and taken towards the boundary line. Umpire says it's gone over the boundary line. And the umpire about to restart it. He might be saying it's only early yet, Grub. It still could happen. But the ball thrown back in now by the umpire again. Wilson trying to get front position. Actually, the ball comes out the back, picked up there by Hahn, gets out of the contest. The boy, he does nicely out of those contests. Goes short, mark not taken, puts a teammate under a little bit of pressure, comes out wider. Mark goes to O'Connor. Connor tries to win the ball back. He's going to go back and win it a third time. Now he needs to get the handball away. Does so. Umpire says, yes, incorrect disposal. I thought he actually got the handball away then, but he was running away from me, so Good work from Big Davis. Davis goes to Ryan. Ryan quickly onto the boot and drives the ball back into the forward line. And we'll say that's a good kick. I'm not too sure that's where it's meant to go. But Tompkins in front, as a forward should be. And he comes out and takes the mark. So again, I'm not too sure what his... Oh, that runner ran through the mark then. He was a little bit lucky. He didn't get 50 either. So Tompkins reckons he can kick the distance here.
Well, I hope he can, because he looks like he can play football,
Yep.
but for the 3 times we've seen him, he hasn't done much yet. He might be just fitting in, because he looks like he can play.
So Tompkins now from about 50, I reckon he's going to be kicking from. Comes in, and the kick is nowhere near it,
He
but it's a
passed
good
it.
pass to the corner. No, umpire said over the bounce and on the full. Free kick to the the Belmont Lions. So now the Lions in the back pocket. Let's hope they don't transfer across the goals here, because if every time they've done it, they've caused a bit of damage to themselves. But he decides nicely to come down the line. Jubba's the target. Out the back, Evans couldn't take the mark. Picking the ball up was Grant. Runs the ball to the boundary line and over. And there's going to be a throw-in to take place in that position.
See, when they're playing good footy, Belmont make a little fumble, a little bit of pressure, then more pressure on the next contest.
Yep.
And that's where Belmont are struggling at the moment.
Ball's thrown back in. Tompkins is going to contest the ruck this time with Edwards from Belmont Lions. Both of them fall to the ground, look very, very sloppy. The umpires deemed that one of them was dragged. It's play on. Gerard has taken off with the ball and kicked a magnificent goal from the left foot. The curly red-headed midfielder, that's a magnificent kick of goal, but it looked like Tompkins must have been deemed to be dragged down in the ruck contest. Gerard picked up the crumbs, and that, again, that pocket has produced some classic goals, as it has... same down the other end, Grubby. That was a neat little kick.
That was a beautiful kick, and as I say, it is a hard kick, and this is. I just hope Brent Swinnerson goes on here, because I reckon I've found one of the reasons why they're a bit hot and cold. Because I just reckon Tom Swinnerson and Gerard are spending too much time here. That one of them should be on, one of them should be on. I know that they've done it right now, but you can't have those two blokes off for a certain period of time together. That's
Yep.
what I reckon.
Yep. So back in the middle we go again. This time Wilson doing the ruck work out the back. He does that nicely, but again the tackle's going to be laid very quickly. Umpires allowed things to roll. The ball's in a forward scrum, and it's not going to be coming out, so the umpire will call for it back again. Still in that centre square. Wilson doing the ruck work. Going up over the top, taps it running forward. He did that nicely again, picked up. Elmer just goes straight off the ground. Jubba couldn't take it cleanly. O'Toole knocks it further afield, coming out from the full forward position, picked up there by Hearn to Elmer on the left boot. And I'll tell you what, when things are running, it goes pretty hot. And they have another. So Elmer now has his second goal of the afternoon. And the 12th now for North Geelong. 12-13. They lead Belmont on 8-4. And we have gone just over 17 minutes. Third quarter, the Grand East Cyclone Sports third quarter scoreboard.
And that's what they probably should have done in the first quarter. They frittered a few opportunities when they had the slight breeze in that first quarter, except for this bloke here, Hearn, kicked it nicely. But now they're not, and that's where they're going to start to draw away from Belmont.
I'll tell you what, I was going to say before that Davis and Wilson haven't necessarily dominated in the ruck in the first half, but by hell they have this quarter.
I reckon they
won
did the
every
first 5
centre
minutes. The
clearance.
first 5 minutes I thought, look out, we're in for a big day. But Evans boys clawed their way back into it, which they have to do again now, otherwise they'll get murdered.
Wilson again gets the tap down. Elmer is the recipient. He kicks out, but can't break the defence of the Belmont Lions midfield as they win the ball back. Kick it out into the path of Lees. Lees can't get away. That probably wasn't a correct handball. Tom Swenninson for North Geelong picks up the ball. Hand passes back towards the big ruckman. Couldn't bend down quick enough, but he's got a second crack at it. Hand pass out into the middle of the ground. Coming onto the ball is big Ben Evans. He gets it across to O'Connell. He kicks down the ground and finds LeBrook. He'll be just on 50 metres he'll have to kick from. I reckon he'll be looking for where Brent Jarks is running to. Jarks is leading out in the forward pocket, and he's kicked it out exactly there, but coming through and taking a magnificent mark from behind is the North Geelong defender, Balaki. And Balaki's won the ball in the back pocket looking for options. He finds a little short one, and that is the Premier, Daniel Andrews. We haven't called much today.
He sat over here for a fair bit of the game.
Yeah, he was in great form in the early games we watched, but not so today. He kicks down the line, but coming through to take the mark is Ben Evans for the Belmont Lions side, unopposed. So the kick not quite to Luke Wilson's advantage. So Ben Evans kicks long into the forward pocket. Underneath the ball is Edwards for Belmont Lions, he can't get any effective touch on it. North Geelong defenders jump on it. They're jumped upon, and we're going to have a ball up. About 40 metres out from the Belmont Lions goal. They desperately need one to stay in this game. They're 34 points down currently. So Wilson again, and Edwards this time comes across to Swenenson from North Geelong, picks up neatly off his bootlaces. Hand passes to Balaki, who gives it back to Swenenson. A neat little kick into the middle, looking for a teammate. Terrible kick in the end because Hahn is the first one there for Belmont. Comes across to Beath. Beath, that is a very poor kick actually because Hahn was on his own. Swenenson got advantage of the ball but punched away quickly from LeBrock. Coming onto the ball, he can't get away from a Swenenson tackle. And sorry, it's Eels tackle. And we'll have a ball up on the 50-metre arc. Belmont still in attack, desperately trying to claw their way back into this contest.
Ruckman go at it this time, over the top, ball is tapped down, goes to McDonald. McDonald now picks the ball up and he delivers the ball back towards the half-forward line. Ball bounces, and again the numbers there with the Belmont Lions in the hands of Fletcher now from the half-back line. Kicks out towards centre wing. Wright leads in the race for the ball. The little fella picks it up, goes on his left boot, delivers the ball along the boundary. Going across to get the ball now is Lees. Lees picks it up and goes back with a handball. And he's got to use it again. Right, goes short, and again the mark will be taken just inside 50. So O'Connell, this time now from right on 50. Not too sure about how far he will kick. Or on the run, would say it would be a chance, but he plays on now. He goes long to the goal square. Wilson's got his name written all over this one, and he will take the mark. So Wilson now with the ball. Chips the ball wide. Premier has it. Andrews now straight up the ground he goes. Nice looking kick. Had to be because it's found Bruns. Bruns now looking to play on. Umpire calls him to do so. Goes back into the middle. That's nice work. They've moved the ball nicely from one end of the ground to the other. Has Eels wide. Just looking for the forward to come at him, but Eels decides to go long and towards goal. And I think that's another one. So Darcy Eels has got another one for the afternoon, and it's the 13th goal now for North Geelong. They're 13-13. They lead Belmont Lions in 8 goals for. 22 minutes gone to Granny Cyclone Sports third quarter scoreboard.
Well, I'll tell you what, the difference is their forward line is starting to function. They're kicking beautiful goals from everywhere, which they weren't doing. Their midfield have got on top. There's no doubt about that. But I reckon 3 or 4 of these goals have come from down back. Their back line this quarter has been sensational. Not one Belmont player has got a look in because the defence are all over him. You've got to pick up a few things. That kid that had that shot for goal before, his teammates should know that he can't kick. Invaldi in size like that have 3 or 4 blokes running past them because they know their teammates' capabilities.
Middle of the ground now, neither ruckman touches the ball. But, Ben Evans for Belmont gets a hand pass out to O'Connell, but Gerard picks up the ball instead. O'Connell quickly tackles him, and we'll have a secondary ball up in the middle of the ground. We've got both Jed and Ben Evans in the centre at this particular stage. Wilson goes up against Jed, and Wilson gets the effective knock forward. Elmer can't get away with the ball. The ball bobbles out to Brent Swenenson. He hand passes to Gerard. Gerard very cleverly over the back to Elmer. He can't break free. Coming through for the Belmont Lions there, but it's Brockenshire who kicks the ball forward for North Geelong just in a rushed fashion. Coming through is Jubba for Belmont Lions. He quickly kicks it back. Running out on the ball is Lees. He's going to get there first, but it's just kicked off the ground by Wilson before he can grab it. Gerard has 2 cracks at it. Neat little kick out to Tom Swenenson, releases him. He breaks free of a tackle, and that lovely, neat left foot kick into the forward line over the pack. And coming out as a secondary line of attack, Mitch Habib takes an easy, uncontested chest mark.
Was he going for the mark, Davis, or was he just stooging them?
I don't know.
No, they all went with him, and Mitch Habib sat back and said, "Thank you very much."
This is no given on his performances so far today, on Mitch.
No, Mitch Habib hoping to add to North Geelong's 13-13, 91, 40 points neat in front of Belmont currently. That's Habib very deliberately. He's only going to be 35 metres out when he makes contact, but he's very happy with that contact. Straight over the goal umpire's head. That's their 14th. 14-13, 97 now. The Belmont Lions stuck at 51, 8-3, 51 with 24 minutes into the Grandy Sport and Cycle scoreboard. Is it time for the lady to step up on the pedestal, Grubby?
No, I'll give him 5 minutes into the last quarter with the so-called breeze. But Wilson, again, he's got right on top, Wilson. He's absolutely destroying him at the moment. whether it be round the ground or in the ruck. He's just been fantastic. Mitch Abib, he'd like to look at that video, I reckon, because just watching him, I know he kicked the goal and I know it went straight, but boy, gee, leans right back, Smithy. You can't, I don't know how you can control the ball to your foot when you lean so far back. He probably doesn't have to do that.
So back in the middle we go once again. This time Wilson out the back and he just gives him an armchair ride in the middle. That's got to be a holding decision, but it wasn't. The umpire off the ball has got it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a free kick to Tommy Swinnerson. So Swinnerson now with the ball. He looks out wide. Gerard's going to be his target and he'll go there and he's going to have Wilson further afield. He has him now and he goes short. Finds Wilson. He stops and props. So again, just outside his range here. And the next kick in will be the important one, although he's going to play on. Asked to play on by the umpire, and he goes long and towards Davis. He's best suited by the kick. He didn't take the marks. His teammate, O'Toole, came in and took the ball out of his hands. Now, it's a free kick. Oh, gee, that was quick. Yeah. And again, I'm not too sure. Must have been. Does he indicate dropping the ball?
He claims he dragged it in and holding the ball.
Okay, he's been called to play on now. So Fletcher goes out wide. That's a nice looking kick. Mark taken just inside defensive 50. So Belmont now with the ball. And looking to bring the ball along boundary line. Short kick is okay, I think. Wright has taken a mark just inside the boundary. The umpire must be not too far away from that position. He decides to go back. Mark is taken back by Fletcher once again. I'd actually almost encourage him to go back across goal if I could, because that's where they keep making a mistake. But Fletcher now goes down the line. Coming up, Evans was going to crunch the pack when he saw his teammate in front in Lees, and he took the mark and he goes out wide. Goes looking for and will find O'Connell. Got the handball back inside the Hahn. Wasn't a good handball. He goes back to Lees. Put him under pressure. He's tackled, brought to ground, and without prior opportunity, a ball up to take place.
No, I think he's... What's he done here? That's a strange... Oh. Yeah, I thought so. He put the hands out for a hold in the ball.
Don't know whether there's too much prior opportunity there, but anyway,
not at all.
Elman now goes back into the forward line. And Bibb read that nice, and he's taken another mark. So Mitchell Bibb inside 50. And this is far more difficult than his last shot at goal.
Yeah, certainly all over him now.
Smitty, just watch him as he kicks. See if you reckon he lays back.
He's going to come in. He's going to have to kick this every bit of 50 metres, I reckon, or just inside the 50. He'll kick from inside the arc. So Bibb steps in, a little bit of a shuffle.
He didn't that time.
A bit more leverage underneath the ball. It's going to be close. I'll tell you what.
It's a goal.
Yes, he has. It's gone through. And that will be their 8th goal of the quarter. They now move to 15-13. They lead Belmont Lions on 8 goals for. 27 minutes gone. And the Grandy Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
Well, in the blink of an eye, they've turned a good close game into an absolute procession, and there's a few other processions going on around town too. Invaldi 145, Anakie 17, East 113, Winch 31, Thompson 58, Werribee Central 65, Bannockburn 28, Bellpost Hill 65.
Ooh.
Is the dynasty back?
Oh, maybe. I didn't see their inclusions. Is Page back this week?
They had them all out. No, Fantella's out, Ettridge is out.
Oh, my God.
They had 6 or 7 out. That's why it's amazing.
That's a very telling game at the middle of the year. Jed Evans goes up into the ruck, but Davis wins the tap out, drops it at his feet. Ben Evans is the first onto the ball. Davis wins it back off him. Quickly kicked at his tackle. Reece Tompkins is trying to get clear for his side. Coming out is Jolly, and a neat little kick for him. And he finds LeBrook. He kicks down, and O'Connor comes onto the ball for Belmont Lions. Quickly plays on and to the left foot, looking for... that is a magnificent mark by Nathan Bissett.
It was when he knew he had it. Yeah. I don't think he knew he had it for a minute.
Body work, and the ball just fell into his outstretched right arm, and he dragged it in, and he will have a shot for goal. And my goodness, do they need this? 48 points behind currently. Nathan Bissett now waddles in very nicely, lays back on it, kicks it, but he's not going to make it. And Davis has either taken the mark. Yes, he's taken the mark just before it's crossed the line. So the big ruckman's done exactly what good ruckman should do in that position. He gets it out into the forward pocket. Bruns gets it to Gerard, running it down the grind on his own. He'll get across, and Brockenshire coming through for North Geelong. Another man on his own on the wing is the Premier, Daniel Andrews. Daniel Andrews back into the middle of the ground, and Gerard again on his own. And the Belmont Lions got very, very lazy as far as manning up. There's loose men everywhere. Tom Swenson finds another one out on the wing, and That is Widdowson. Widdowson plays on quickly, kicks long down, looking for Habib, and that's a very, very strong mark.
Got good hands, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He had used his body really, really well. He's not an overly big man, but he just leant forward on his opponent, pushed him under the line, all quite legally, and then rocked back to take a very easy overhead mark. Only 15 metres out on a 45-degree angle. He'll be kicking at his third for the quarter, I think. So it's Mitch Habib. He's been in very good form in the last 5 or so minutes. Looking very, very confident now after he missed that relatively easy shot. A neat little dabble of the ball straight through the middle. 16 goals, 13 North Geelong now, 109. Belmont Lions languishing back on 52. This is the De Grande Sport and Cycle third quarter. We're 30 minutes in.
That's 3 shots for goal he's had, Mitch Habib, and 3 different run-ups and 3 different styles. He laid back on the first one. He got under the second one, which he should have done, and I don't know what the hell that was. That he just threw the boot out of it like a little chip. I think what he's got to do is make sure every single shot gets a routine and kicks them all the same. Because it doesn't matter if you're 10 metres out or 20. Kick it. Kick through it. He didn't kick through it, although it was a goal anyway. But I tell you what, he's been threatening to take this game apart, and now he has.
For the ball back in the middle of the ground we go. Davis doing the ruck work. He did a little party trick there, but he got the boot to it. Don't know how he did that. Ball goes to the half-forward line. O'Toole, he tried to kick the ball out of mid-air, coming through and trying to get the ball now.
He's got too far.
Strong tackle. No, he just tried to avoid the tackle but couldn't get around. And it's McDonald that's got the tackle in there. So McDonald now has an opportunity to go forward. He's going to go long. Why wouldn't you with Wilson standing back there? Ball gets out the back this time. And behind the ball. Oh, gee, I'll tell you what. He's
holding the ball.
Giving it, dropping the ball. I thought that was dangerous, but Tom Swenson says it's okay.
I don't see how he can do that, the umpire, because he had his back to him lining him up. I thought when they lining him up, you actually couldn't play on.
Anyway,
but he's done it.
So this will be the 10th of the quarter for the North Geelong side. If he kicks straight, Widdowson with 1 for the afternoon. And we get a pretty good look at it from where we sit here. Looks pretty good off the boot. And on the siren, they have their 10th of the quarter. So they move now to 17-13. They lead the Belmont Lions an 8-4. Goal kicks at this stage of the game. We have Mitch Habib on 5, Todd Hearn with 3 all in the first quarter, Eels with 2, Elmer with 2, 1 each to Wilson, Gerard and Davis. And for Belmont Lions, 4 to Jarks, 2 to O'Connell, 1 each to O'Connor and Alex Hahn. And as I said, 32 minutes gone that quarter, so another good quarter of football, especially from the North Geelong side. Take a short break. When we come back, going to go through the third quarter action here from the Osborne Park. We listen to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. it's at centre-half forward once again, and the umpire's going to come back, and we're going to have their third ball up in as many minutes. Now he's just tossing the ball up. There's a lot of players around it. Someone can clear the space. It'll be good. Bruns tries to burst his way through. Did nicely to Elmer. He looked one way, then came out the other side. Right boot goes into the half-forward line. Hearn leads in the race for the ball, but again, opposition went out there. This time it was Smith, got the handball away, put his teammate under pressure, and Fletcher, he was tackled, brought to ground, and the umpire again in to take possession of the ball. So we're just on 4 minutes in the final quarter. It is 17-13, North Geelong 9-4 to the Belmont Lions.
Jed Evans gets a double-handed tap down to Jolly. Jolly gets it across to O'Connell, who's gone out of the game after a brilliant first half. He's dragged to the ground. Ball's not going anywhere. Umpire has said.
Yes, it is.
O'Connell has got a high tackle, and he will come out with the ball. First clear possession he's had for quite some time. A neat, low ball into the forward line. Coming out was LeBrook, couldn't hold it. It's Hahn who comes forward for Belmont Lions. Lux of Fortune, full back, comes out, overruns the ball. Ball's quickly picked up by Jark.
I think he's still got
forward, and I think he's kicked it off the ground. Is that LeBrook for a goal?
Hahn, I think.
Hahn it was, yes.
One of the two.
And Jarks is down and in a great deal of discomfort at centre-half forward after kicking that. So we'll just check on how he's travelling. Hopefully it's not a serious leg injury. Might have just got winded, I think. Anyway, a very important 10th goal for Belmont. At 10-4-64, North Geelong 17-13, 115. And Grubby, you've got to be pleased that they are really cracking in after a disappointing third quarter.
Well, I knew they would because they're that type of side. They haven't got the class of a North Geelong and the other sides, but they've just cracked in all day. They got bashed off the park in the third quarter, and that could probably say, oh, they haven't dropped thrown the towel in. They're having to go all the way to the finish.
So back in the middle, Jed Evans, who's not really attacking the ball with much ferocity, and Luke Wilson again wins an easy tap out. The ball is kicked forward by North Geelong. Widdowson is first there. He's knocked off the ball. Bobbles back into play. A stack of players get on at the umpire. He's going to have to blow the whistle. And the umpire's physical condition, I reckon he might have wounded himself a bit. But he's got to get all the way over there and throw the ball up.
I'll tell you what.
I reckon that umpire might have sustained a little bit of an injury through the afternoon.
Well, he looks like he's struggling, the big fella Evans. And the problem there is, blokes like Luke Wilson with his height, they don't get any shorter as the game goes on.
It looks like Wilson's got him intimidated. He just won't attack the ball like he was in the first half.
I reckon he's buggered.
Anyway, Wilson again, this time just looking
so
at
you
Wilson,
can't
not
do
the
that
ball.
either.
That's a shepherd.
That is
should have been
They
penalised.
cannot do that.
O'Connor for Belmont Lions picks up the crumb, kicks down the line, looking for Ben Evans. He can't hold the mark. Over the back of the pack, coming on there was Lees. Lees can't get away with the ball. Ben Evans comes in again, wins the ball. Hand passes out to O'Connell. He can't get away. Players being tackled to the ground. Comes out to McDonald for North Geelong. He neatly kicks the ball down. Reece Tompkins takes a mark on the centre wing for North Geelong. He kicks down the line looking for Widdowson. He can't hold the mark, but he butters up really, really well. Kicks forward, but it's gone out on the full after he was tackled just as he kicked it. And the Belmont Lions will take the free kick through Nathan Jennings, I should say, in the back pocket for Belmont Lions. So 115-64, 7 minutes into the Morris Finance last quarter. Kicked down the line, but McDonald for North Geelong comes in and takes an uncontested mark on centre wing on the outer side of Osborne Park, Keith Barclay Oval. Kick back into the middle of the ground, finds the Premier, Dan Andrews. He kicks it across to free-running Balaki down the half-back flank. He kicks down to the forward line looking for Hearn. Doesn't quite get to him. Nathan Bissett picks up the crumb. He's tackled just before he handballs. Wright comes in, dodges a couple. He's knocked off the ball. Balaki
That's not
comes
a tackle,
in and
that's
wins
a bump.
possession. Yeah, that's a good point.
So that's not a free kick either.
Bumped off the ball, couldn't kick it, and has been deemed to be incorrect disposal. But you certainly have to be tackled
You
for
have
that
to be
happen.
tackled. It was a bump. I reckon he missed a couple, and the one he shouldn't have paid, he paid. Play on's a call. Bibbs run on.
He has indeed. Kicked into the goal square. Davis comes up. Can't take the mark, but kicks it over his shoulder and kicks an 18th goal for the North Geelong side. And that was a bit of laziness and lack of concentration from the Belmont Lions defenders there, I would imagine. It is 8 minutes into the final quarter. 121 plays 64. Robbie, that was a bit disappointing from the Lions.
Look, I think they've run out of steam, mate. I reckon they've given everything they've got. They were fantastic till half-time. A lot of people thought they might have been blown out of the water early. They hung on. All right, they got belted in the third quarter, and I just reckon they've run out of gas. And I'll tell you another thing. Scores are all tied up out of Thompson, 71 apiece.
Ooh, that's right. So we're back in the middle of the ground. It's Luke Wilson back in the ruck. This time it's Edwards. Wilson again, a left hand straight into the path of Gerard. He hand passes to Swenninson, but it's intercepted by Lee, and there will be another ball up in the slightly blackened cricket centre wicket area of the North Geelong Oval. Wilson has been shepherded out, probably should have got a free kick, but he's picked up a crumb, neatly gets across to Gerard. He kicks out towards Tompkins. He runs onto it first in front of Jubba, falls to the ground, tries to get possession. Umpire said he was held, and the big fella will take a free kick on the centre wing for North Geelong. Neat little kick looking for Davis. Davis sets himself in the pack, punched away from him. Swenninson pushes opponent off the ball. Widdowson picks up for North Geelong, can't break away. Ball's knocked out of his hands over the boundary line. We'll have another throw in. 121 plays 64, 9.5 minutes into the Morris Finance Finals quarter. Quarter?
What scored?
Squatter.
Old one scored.
That's Smithy again. No, it wasn't Smithy. Wow.
Ball back in the play now. Davis front position. Nice tap out. Goes to Elmer. Elmer gives the ball. Went towards the full forward position. Hahn couldn't take the... Sorry, it was Mitch Abib there. Couldn't take the clean mark. Good strong tackle there from Toddy Hearn. Umpire says it was dropping the ball. I'm not too sure he had much prior opportunity to grab or not.
None at all. Look, I've been so wrapped in the umpires we've had over the last few weeks, but these blokes, I'm sorry to say, Keats, but these blokes have been poor today. They haven't been up to the mark.
No, they haven't had a great day.
You know, but
Toddy Hearn with 3 and can kick his 4th. He had 3 in the first. Comes in. Kicks it goal. It's going to go across the face and a long way across the face. Actually, it was Mark still in the field of play. Didn't got the handball away from the back pocket position. It's either a mark or... different. What happened there? Just a different bloke kicking in. Now he's been called to play on. Okay, kicked in from that full-back position. Gets out the back of the contest. Brent Swenninson will run onto the ball. Has players around him. Can't pick the ball up cleanly. Had support in Davis, got down into Gerard. Gerard tries to, the umpire says he's been pushed in the back, and there's going to be a free kick into North Geelong. And again, the ball comes out quickly, a quick kick around the boundary line. Coming up, the mark is taken by Tompkins. He's got better as the game's got going. Oh, it wasn't paid, so the umpire said play on. Ends up in the hands of Swenninson, goes back to Wilson. This is Anthony. He goes into their forward line. Mark not taken again at ground level. Tom Swenninson works hard at ground level. Can't take up the ball cleanly. And the umpire stands and says, no, it's coming back to me. So there's going to be another ball up, this time inside forward 50. North Geelong again attacking. Tompkins coming up to do the ruck work. He's going to do it by himself because the opposition ruckman's still getting there. Ball out the back, and umpire says...
He's going to ball this one up.
It is, yes.
Yeah. But he gives no indication of what he's going to do, yeah.
I would suggest he's as tired as the players.
He looks like he's struggling a bit, yeah.
Again, the umpire throws it up. Ball comes out of the contest. Gerard, a nice clean pick-up. Got the handball away to Swenninson. And again, wheels into that left boot. Goes long back towards the goal square. Wilson in front position. Can't take the mark. The numbers there. Belmont Lions. They run the ball to the boundary line. Fletcher says, no, I've seen enough. I'm going to push it over the boundary through the goals for a minor score. So it's 18-14 now to North Geelong. 10-4 to the Belmont Lions. With Fletcher doing some kicking in duties. He's going to play on. Runs out and kicks out wide. Goes towards the... centre wing. Mark is taken there by Evans. This is Ben. He gives the handball wide. Slow through the air. It's going to be okay because O'Connell has it. He slips over. A little bit of pressure. Short kick round the boundary line. Nice pick up out there on the far side of the ground. Handball is going to be given. Actually, it wasn't given. Ludbrook had a thought to think about it and then handballed over the boundary line. So a throw in will take place far side of the ground.
Very close game in the footy at Thompson, but great news in the netball world. Thompson have beaten Werribee Centrals, and that's tightened up that competition too. So well done to the netball Tigers out at Thompson. That's a very big win for them this afternoon.
You bloody beauty.
The ball's about...
Who cares about the netball? We're here at the footy.
Everyone cares about the netball.
No one, I don't.
Davis gets a neat little tap into the path of Swenson. He kicks down the line, finds the Premier. The Premier gets it across. No, it was Widdowson to Gerard. Gerard handballs it back, and Widdowson picks up the follow-through, but Jubba comes through and relieves for the Belmont Lions side. But he want to hurry up. He's going to get himself in all sorts of trouble. Neat little hand pass out, kicked away by Fletcher down the line. Over the back of the pack, the Premier nearly takes a screamer. Can't quite control the ball. Oh, intercepted beautifully by Bruns. He kicks down looking for Hearn, and Hearn takes a magnificent juggling, one-handed to the other hand again. Mark?
How many hands he got?
He had three in that particular occasion, and he will have a shot for goal. Just off directly in front. Will kick from about 45, and he had three in a hurry, and we're still waiting for his fourth, Dale, I think. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And he missed one from a very similar spot, missed it badly a few minutes ago, so I'll see if he's learnt from that. And the man with a very, very funny hair bun comes in, kicks, looks okay off the boot. It is long, it is straight, it is another goal. The 19th, in fact, for the North Geelong side. 19-13, 127. They leave the Belmont Lions in their wake now, and I think it's official. As a lady steps up to the pedestal.
No.
That was the Morris Finance scoreboard.
Oh, my
I don't
God.
know who the fat lady is. I know the big fat man's not here today. I couldn't find him at half time. Phil Potter. I don't know where he is. Probably playing with that stupid
I
dog of
think
his.
Collingwood are playing. He's probably home watching them on the telly.
Well, I hope they get beat too.
They probably will.
This has gone bad for Belmont because after that third quarter, I thought if they could just sneak a couple of goals in and get beat by 8, then they could draw something out of it. But it's just starting to get really ugly for them.
Well, this is what North Geelong have to do, though, Grub, isn't it?
Yes,
they have to
that's
finish
what I
this-
said to you three, four. They have to do this to be
Gotta finish
happy
off
with the
strong.
game.
Ball from the middle of the contest. McDonald tries to get out of it. He's tackled, brought to ground. Umpire says no. Coming back to me.
Dick might stay on the couch with his dog Raffy because Collingwood have gone down by 5 goals to
Good.
Sydney.
Good.
Thrown up again. Again, Davis manoeuvres himself hard out of the contest. Goes wide. Free kick's going to go back to Alex Hahn. And
You nearly said Mitch Hahn again.
I called him before. You've got, see,
And,
you said put those seeds in
For
my head.
interest's sake, North Melbourne are 5 points in front of Hawthorn 9 minutes into the last quarter.
Oh, Hahn goes out wide. Mark will be taken out there by Evans. A good position. So he now looks to deliver the ball towards the centre half forward. Goes to there now. Evans, so this is his brother? Are they brothers or not?
No idea.
No idea.
No
Anyway, it doesn't
idea.
matter.
They're both big blokes, like that.
Ben Evans is going to be going back now and shooting for goal. He hasn't troubled the scoreboard yet this afternoon, so looking at his first of the day. General field kicking says it's okay. Goal kicking, I'll soon let you know. He's offline. So I'll say he's not that great just yet. But 10-5 now to the Belmont Lions, 19-14 to the final quarter scoreboard.
It is Ryan for the North Geelong side with the ball in the goal square. He runs out of that and then finds Balaki on his own on the half-back flank. And a neat little kick from him down the line. If you're looking for Phyllis, Phyllis marked strongly in front of the pack, and it was a reasonably strong pack with Evans and Davis behind him. Phyllis's little kick comes out to Wilson. He can't get the ball. Coming through very strongly is young Wright for the Belmont Lions side. And I tell you what, he's stacked up pretty well, that young fella. He's battled very hard, done some good work, but
He's not much
and a
of
very
him.
big loss. No, he's only a very little man, but he's having a red-hot go. Gerard comes off for a hard-earned spell. The ball's been thrown up. It's Jed Evans will be taking place. Wilson comes from behind. Very, very easily wins the tap to Grant. Grant can't get away. The umpire said he has tackled his opponent.
Sun was in his eyes.
Jolly high, and Jolly will take a free kick. Hand pass across to Alex Hahn. He does a magnificent job to get around 2 players and then neatly deposits the ball onto the chest of Lees. Lees waiting for a better option. Kicks forward and finds LeBrook. And he will take a shot from goal. No, he's outside 50.
You can't play on. You can't have advantage of a mark for a start. But I tell you what, I think the ump was going to let it go for a second.
He was.
Jeez.
O'Connell, who can kick a long way, takes the handball and kicks a very, very long way. And marking in the square very, very neatly, I think that's big Ben Evans, who's had a pretty reasonable afternoon. I think he wouldn't be happy with his ruck work in the third quarter, but he's taken a mark almost in the goal square. He'll have to run around on his angle and shoot across the shoulder, as the modern player does. which he does, and has kicked a goal. The 11th for the Belmont Lions. 11-5-71, North Geelong 19-13, 127, 18 minutes into the Morris Finance last quarter.
Actually, he didn't do that, Rob. He didn't run around. He just took one step. He didn't even run. He just took one step and went bang.
Well, he's tired.
He must have been close enough. But look, Belmont, kick another couple. Try and salvage something out of it. I don't think Anakie are going to be able to do that because they're on 18 and Invaldi are on 204. Winchelsea 38, East 173.
Oh, my God.
Thompson 72, Werribee Central's 90. Bannockburn 31, Bellpost Hill 78. That's over out at Victoria Park. Bellpost Hill are going to cause a big upset.
I think I know what next Thursday's article's going to be about.
Ball back in the middle of the ground now. Wilson again over the top. Elmer tries to run onto it. McDonald's there in support. He picks the ball up and goes long back into the forward line. Coming through, Davis couldn't take the mark. Gained Swenson at ground level. He kept the ball moving. Got it out wide. Teammate required. Eels, I think he was out there. Picked up. Again, they run away. I think that was O'Connor did nicely. So they free him up. Goff goes out to the outside 50. Gained the handball. Comes back inside to O'Connor. Got in and out of trouble, but he did get boot to ball. Ball is picked up, and again, they work back inside. Swenson to Davis. Davis, not too sure where he wants to go, but gave the handball back towards the boundary line, over, and will be thrown back into the field of play.
I tell you what, I was just going to say that little bloke's in it again, but it wasn't. It was Jennings. And I tell you what, they've got a lot of little blokes, haven't they? They just don't look strong enough. They've got so many little wiry kids that are getting pushed off the ball in this second half.
So boundary throw-in again. It'll be Jed Evans and Luke Wilson, who has been completely dominant in this position in the second half.
Oh,
He
you'd
has
have to
no
throw that in
competition
again,
there.
up.
Jed
Throw it
Evans
in again!
Wins a very easy possession. Hand passes forward to a teammate, but Elmer comes and intercepts for North Geelong. O'Connell breaks away again. Tries to kick forward, but it dribbles off the foot. And Wilson...
To Wilson.
Down to Luke Wilson. Eels on the inside. Tries to get hand passes back to a running Luke Wilson, who has a shot for goal and kicks it right over the goal umpire's head. And that just rounds off a pretty good afternoon for the former Anakie ruckman, who has done a mighty, mighty job for the Magpies this afternoon. It is 2013, 133. Belmont something on 71. We're 20 minutes, 11-5-71. We're 20 and a half minutes into the Morris Finance last quarter, Grubby.
Yeah, I tell you what, I might be harping on it a bit, but when a boundary umpire throws it about head high straight to a Belmont player, you've got to bring the ball back, don't you? Like,
have another go.
You know, it's not the kid's fault. He's had an ordinary throw. Bring it back and have another one. But it didn't worry North Geelong much, though. They got the ball back, took it down, and the big fella went bang.
So after he kicked the last goal, he's back on the ruck, doing the work there again. Again,
look at
nice
that.
Little handball right straight to Elmer. Elmer away to Grant. And it's now Jolly that emerges with the ball, tries to pick the ball up, got the handball away, and that was okay to Bissett. Bissett got the handball to right to O'Connell. O'Connell takes a bounce and he steams towards the centre-half forward position, gave the handball away, put his teammate under pressure, will win possession back again. Well, actually, not too sure whether he handballed that. High, said the umpire. I thought it was going to be a call to throw.
So did
the
I.
umpire's called advantage. Now he's going to be high. Yes, no. Put his head over the ball. So it's picked up by Widdowson. He got the handball away. Brockenshire is there in support, and again, this time the umpire will come in and take possession with the ball up to take place.
In the first half, their decision-making was reasonably good. But in the second half, they're handballing the blokes who have got blokes on them and standing still. And they haven't been good, and not good enough in the second half.
So Evans tries to get the ball out of the contest. He did that nicely, got the handball away, and it went to Brown. Brown puts the ball towards full forward. Jarks picks up and kicks around the body. Jarks has number 6 for the afternoon, so that's not a bad day's work. And that will bring Belmont Lions to 12-5. And they trail North Geelong on 2014. 22 minutes gone. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
Well, I tell you what, they're lucky they got him down there. Jarks, he's been another a great player once again. And, you know, on the back of a couple of ordinary decisions, it was not even a good kick to him, but he made it look good. He's a class player. And they need another one of him down there.
Handy.
Get Bissett back into the middle and another Jarks down there, and it brings them closer to the better sides. But
I was really disappointed today because I was hoping that Ben Evans could play there all day, and they've got Jed Evans and Edwards could have done the ruck work, but they have just been non-competitive at times. It's really disappointing, and it would disappoint Nathan Bissett that North Geelong have been able to walk the thing out of the centre so often.
Yeah, look, I think there's going to be quite a few sides in the competition that are going to strike that with Wilson if he's on form, because I think on his best day, I think he's the best ruckman in the comp. He's played interleague in that position on this ground. He doesn't always play his best footy, but when he does, I think he's probably the best. Maybe I think Jarvis is pretty good at Thompson, and there's a few good ones around. Oh, you did a article about it during the week, didn't you, Rob?
Yeah, I was just saying how important they are on a day like today. It probably emphasises that because they've killed him. Tom Swenninson is a recipient of another good bit of work from Wilson in the middle of the ground, but coming forward and taking a relieving mark is Jennings. Jennings across to Bissett. Bissett kicks down the line looking for Ben Evans. He uses his strength to get himself over the ball and try and win possession, but North Geelong's defence, as Grubby said, has been desperate and committed all afternoon, and through the agency of Eels. No, it's Gerard. They've been able to hold the play up again, so it's a very good job to them. So Edwards goes up, Wilson over the top again, punches it forward. This time there's no one there to take advantage. So Connell from Belmont, who runs onto the ball, gets it back to Bissett. Bissett back with a hand pass to O'Connell. O'Connell hand passes forward again to Edwards. He tries to break through. O'Connell again runs on, gets another receive, kicks into the forward line looking for Jarks. Jarks very cleverly waits over the back, runs into an open goal and kicks his 7th, and he is such a very, very good player and reader of the ball, and that was another example. He's pushing himself towards a vote. 7 goals in it. It's more than half his side score he's kicked today. They're 13-7, 83 now. North Geelong career it away, 20 goals, 13, 133, 25 minutes into the Morris Finance last quarter.
Well, about four or 5 minutes ago, I was trying to think, how the hell am I going to get a Belmont player in? You like trying to get one in. I was looking at Jubber and I was looking at O'Connell, and I thought, you just can't. But in the last 2 minutes, those last 2 goals, the first goal give him half the score, and then that goal give him more than half. I think he has to push his way into votes with 7 goals.
I reckon
I think I'm going to have to.
We've spoiled some of your surprise, Grubby. Finally, the Belmont Lions win a tap-out, but Davis follows up after losing the tap-out to push the ball forward for his side. Widdowson handballs forward. Coming through again is O'Connell trying to win possession. He's thrown out of the road. The little boy Wright, who's played very well this afternoon, kicks forward, but the Premier comes out and takes a relieving mark for the North Geelong side. Kicks into the middle of the ground, finds McDonald. Hand passes to a running Gerard. He steps around an opponent. Back to McDonald. McDonald kicks long into the forward line. He's landing it on Elmer's head. He does a very good job to punch it clear. Bissett comes out to Jennings. Jennings back to Bissett. And Bissett kicks down the line looking for and finding his teammate in Renton. Renton kicks into the middle of the ground for Hahn. Gerard comes through, gets a fist in just at the right time. Follows up neatly. Gets a hand pass across to Andrews. Andrews kicks down the line and Mitch Habib, unopposed on the half-forward flank, marks and kicks neatly into the forward line and finds Hearn, who has had a great start to the day, gone quiet for most, kicked his 4th goal just a little while ago, and as a left footer, I reckon he'll fancy himself from this pocket to bring the North Geelong side home. 26 and a half minutes, they've already kicked 20 goals, 13. He's lining up for another one. So Tom Hearn in the forward pocket. On the side to suit a left footer. He's ignored a couple of very good leads. He comes in very deliberately. Leaves the boot neatly, anything but. It's a wobbly old helicopter. Lands in the end of the square. Elmer lays a tackle on his Belmont Lions. I'm lost again. I've just gone back another 15 years. Belmont Lions opponent, and we're going to have a ball up. It's Jed Evans. Wilson again over the top, gets the tap. Coming through quickly is Jolly. Jolly over the back to Hahn. Hahn out wide towards Goff. Goff dodges a tackle. Waiting for a teammate, and that teammate is Hahn. And he takes a mark in the back pocket to relieve the pressure for the Lions. Waiting for an option. He kicks long down the line. It is Lees who comes in, can't hold the mark. Gerard over the back of the pack again, wins the ball, can't get it clear. The umpire said, in fact, he didn't dispose of the ball properly.
I just can't believe that one either. I cannot believe that.
That was a bit unusual. Coming out and taking the mark is Ben Evans, who's been a reasonably good competitor for his team today. He kicks it down looking for Jarks. Brockenshire does a very good job to punch it clear. And it's the Premier who runs onto the ball and kicks it to Brent Swenninson. on the half-back flank for the North Geelong side. Has Swinnerton, hand passes over the back of the pack and finds a teammate in Widdowson. He gets it across and Bruns has now got the ball. Bruns kicks down the line, forcing Widdowson to run onto it. He does a very, very good job. Kicks it on the head of Mitch Habib. He can't quite control the ball, but he butters up beautifully. A magnificent one-handed pickup.
Oh, that's beautiful
Kicks
footy.
down the line, and Reece Tompkins takes a mark for the North Geelong side, and the follicularly challenged tall forward will go back and have a shot for goal.
You can't keep calling blokes bald-headed, fellas.
I didn't.
Well, that's what it means.
I was going to ask what it meant.
Because a lot of our listeners wouldn't know what that meant, but I went to Chanel College and I do know what it meant. You call him a bald-headed bloke.
So the aforementioned follicularly challenged Reece Tompkins, he'll kick from 45-degree angle, 35 metres out, makes lovely contact. The breeze takes it around neatly, and that is the 21st goal for the North Geelong side. 21 goals, 13, 139, a long way in front of the Belmont Lions. A disappointing second half. We were so excited at half time, Grubby.
Well, it was disappointing if you're a Belmont person, but it's not disappointing if you're a North Geelong, because they believe they can make the 5. And even, I know Smitty said before the game that the loser can't make the finals. Even if North Geelong had a won by 3 goals, 4 goals, that would have nearly put them in the same spot, wouldn't it? But now, with a win like this, I think they're back in the hunt. I think they're back in the race.
So the ball now back in the middle with the umpire. Davis back doing some ruck work. And he's going to go up against Evans. This is Jed Evans. Ball, Davis down nicely, but Hahn emerges with the ball. And he runs through the middle, takes a bounce, takes him on, gets through centre half forward, goes long towards goal, and he deserved that, but unfortunately has gone off line through for a minor score.
Someone's texted me, Smitty, bald-headed. But I haven't got his number, so I don't know who it is.
Probably the same bloke that texted you last week.
No, he would have said a few swear words in it.
The ball now back with the Premier Andrews. And he's going to play on from that full-back position. He's got numbers short if he wants to go, but he decides to go straight down the middle. Not too sure he was going to, because Hahn's going to come across and take the mark. So Hahn now looking for options outside, decides to go himself. Called the play on, he's in trouble, got a kick short, went to only as far as Wilson. He got the handball away to Bruns. Bruns through the middle of the ground, goes long, and he's going to be looking for the Eels. Ball doesn't quite make where he is. Coming across as O'Toole gave him support. He got the handball away, ends up in the hand there of Bissett. Bissett went one way, back the other. He's been able to work their team out of the trouble now, and the ball through Goff goes out towards young player in Fletcher. Fletcher got the good kick towards centre wing, and the mark's been taken out there by Renton. He looks back inside. That's also okay. And further afield to Brown, and Brown goes long, going towards Evans, and he's going to take a mark. So Evans will go back and try and kick his second goal of the quarter, and it'll be the 14th goal for the Belmont Lions.
Well, you were right, Smitty. You were right. The second message did have some colourful language in it, and yes, it is the 89 Premiership hero, Murray Travis, once again. How he would have known it was ball, he must have had to ask someone.
The ball from Evans is a nice-looking kick off the boot, and he does have his second of the quarter, and it's their 14th of the game. They are now 14-6. They trail North Geelong on 21-14. 32 minutes gone, final quarter. Morris Finance, final quarter scoreboard.
Dale, what have Belmont Lions kicked in the last quarter?
They have kicked 6 goals, 2.
And
4 goals, 1 to North Geelong.
So they've outscored, and they haven't looked like they've dominated to do that. So they've looked lazy at times, but some of their players, their endeavour's been good. We talked about the little fella Wright and O'Connell. Wright's got himself back in. Hahn's got himself back into the game. So they've had a few that have had a real crack to keep them in the contest. It's very good that they've finished this way.
Back to 8 points the difference at Thompson. Thompson have kicked a couple.
Ball
tight game.
Thrown up back in the middle of the ground, and we have Davis doing the ruck work. He wins it down, but it's Hahn that wins possession of it, tries to burst his way out, does so, got it to O'Connell. O'Connell needs to get the handle away. He's able to do so they move the ball from the centre of the ground through Brown, back into the forward line. Jarks had good position, couldn't finish it off though, and again, ball now hovers around their half-forward line. I think that's Ludbrook tried to get through the contest. He got the handball out, and there's a high, says the umpire, and it's going to go a free kick. Will go back. Brockenshire now plays on, goes across goal, dangerous. But the ball was almost intercepted. Again, the numbers there with the Belmont Lions. They've got the ball. Actually, they did have it, but it's transferred back to the hands of Swenson Brent, who goes back towards centre wing, and it's O'Connell that leads in the race for the ball. And he's got plenty of time to pick up. Look, his kick was poor, went backwards of his teammate, but again, the bounce has favoured him. Goes inside the centre square. McDonald had it, he lost it, picked up there by Bissett. Bit of strength, got through the contest. That's where he probably plays some good football back where he's able to look and get the ball forward, uses it nicely, and into the half-forward line, the mark has been taken. So this is Lee's, and I would think he might think himself just on range, but we'll need a very good kick. Goes to Jubba. Jubba now gives the handball away, and he kicks long towards goal, and that is a nice finish. Sean Jubba gets his first goal of the afternoon, and now the 15th for the Belmont Lions. They are 15-6, and North Geelong on 21-14. 34 minutes gone, final quarter. Morris Finance, blow the whistle, Cogsy.
Well, look, to me, that's what I love to see. And that's what I was talking about before when that young fella had the ball, knowing he couldn't kick it. Not one person ran past. So obviously Jubba here, he knows he can kick that distance. I don't know whether he knows if the other bloke can or not. But he knows if he gets the ball, he can kick that distance. So he runs past. He gives an option. And as I said before, you watch Invaldi, they got 3 or 4 blokes doing it. Bannockburn do it. They got blokes running past. And that was good footy. They've just got to do more of it across the 4 quarters.
Margin back to 43 points. We're back in the middle of the ground. The Morris Finance final quarter this is. And a free kick has been picked out. It's going to go to Hahn. Hahn gets it across, and Brown, who's come into the game after kicking that goal earlier, comes down towards the forward pocket, but that's the siren sounds to complete this game at the Keith Barclay Oval, North Geelong. 21 goals, 13, 139 the home side. Belmont Lions 15-6-96. We had a 34-minute final quarter, a 34-minute third quarter, and that makes a mockery of last week's 21-minute third and final quarter.
I think they're both wrong. A game of footy should go for about between 26 and 30 minutes. So they've got to try and work it out to that.
Yeah, as I said, I think every quarter went 33 to 34.
Yeah, and that's too long for a game of football. I don't care what you say.
There was 8 goals in the first quarter. There was 7 in the second. There was a fair few in the third, and a fair few in the last. So, So
anyway,
goal
kickers, please, Dale.
Yeah, no, we'll do it for the home side, and that was North Geelong. We've got 5 to Mitchell Bibb, 4 to Toddy Hearn, 2 each to Darcy Eales, Luke Wilson, and Corey Elmer. And Josh Widdowson also with 2, 1 each to Reece Tompkins and Brad Gerard. And for the Belmont Lions, 7 to Brent Jarks, 2 to Shane O'Connell. Alex Hahn had 2. Ben Evans also had 2, 1 each to Sean Jubba and James O'Connor.
And we'll take a little break, and we'll come down here to wrap this up, find the Yards Hotel Player of the Day, and by then we might know what's happened to Thompson. And
no, we don't. I've lost the scores. They won't give him to me.
We know what's happened at Bannockburn. Belpost Hill are surprise winners there, so that's taken a little bit of a funny look at the top end of the league. We'll deal with that when we get back. This is 94.7 The Pulse, GDFL Football.